And we are now live.
Oh yeah, guys, welcome to the Go4SC2 number 606, brought to you by ESL, and of course, Go4SC2, and of course, us, NexusRecall.com. I'm Bobby Awesome. With me is Element.
I am here. I woke up. I woke up and your leg's not broken.
No, I mean, it kind of still is.
What did it be alive?
It's still a good time to be alive. Oh man, I guess that's one thing we gotta be thankful for. I guess we're still ticking. So
I thought you were gonna say it's one thing we gotta work on, not breaking our legs.
Oh, foot, but yeah, it's something else. But no, it's feeling better though. My foot, it's definitely on the mend. But I always have to, if I'm walking outside, even if I'm just going like, 500 meters, I'm wrapping it up, putting in the tensor bandages and whatnot, so I don't break my foot again. It's gonna happen. I know it. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, but so it's all good here. How's it going for you?
Well, I'm awake. So
yeah, you're actually not sleeping. Thank
I
gosh.
did my part.
Let's make this. You know what? Let's make this an occasion, Element. Let's do.
It is an occasion. Occasion to be celebrated.
I know. And we're gonna celebrate with some StarCraft today, guys. This is, as I said, the Go4SC2 Europe Cup 606, where points are on the line for the overall Go4SC2 standings. So no money on the line for these events, but they're all important nonetheless.
Yeah, they're important. Plus, these are the ones where you get to see those
lesser known players,
up-and-coming players that are just trying to break in.
Yeah, and we've seen. No, I mean, it's proven. We've seen some really good players come out of these events too. Like players that I hadn't personally heard of, but then we see them put on amazing original builds. Cool concepts, exciting games, full of action. Most of the time, I mean, more often than not, that's what happens. But the bracket has not refreshed yet. I'm just hitting the old refresh button on the bracket, see what players are actually in this event for today, and we'll see who we'll be casting. We often in the first few rounds, it's all best of ones, I believe, until the quarterfinals, I think. But we'll
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how it goes, and then it's best of threes all the way through. And even the finals, I believe, is a best of three. That's how they roll here. The Go4SC2 cups. I mean, I always say this too. Like, we did the 600th event. It's kind of weird. They do like a few of these a week in total, I guess. Well, 2 a week, right? For Go4SC2, there's this, and then there's the Sunday one, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then so.
I mean, back in the day, there used to be. There was a lot. There was one on Monday even. I think it was a. You had to Premier subscribe or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time when Go4 had like 500 signups or something crazy like that.
Wow. I know, it became one of those things, I think, that kind of went into the, like I've said it before, even for me personally, when I first got to StarCraft, to me it was just part of the scenery, it just fell into the woodwork, and then I see it there, but I don't acknowledge it's there. That's one of those
Well,
things.
it was, I mean, when StarCraft first came out and Go4 came out, it was a major point of this. I mean, they had like a, really large plan to make Go4 something big, and they did, and it was, it was really good for a long time, especially for online cups. I think there was this, and it was like Playhem dailies and stuff like that. And I think there was another one too. I can't remember the name. Came up like a year after.
Oh yeah, there's another online competitive thing. I thought Playhem came after the other one you're thinking of.
Well, Playhem was. I just remember people talking about them, even though it was only like $25 and $50 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't huge money, but yeah.
But good though. That's the sort of thing that brings out motivation, brings out the players, and puts out some good competitive play nonetheless. I mean, I like the. Yeah, again, Go4 has a long history, definitely extraordinary history when you really think about it, how long it's been on, and I want to see it like, I hope that it continues on for sure, and it probably will, and I just hope that to see it grow even more, because there's so much awesome stuff that it's doing, and again, it's like part of that scenery, but it's about trying to, how can we also help as broadcasters help bring it out of the. That's kind of why we started doing this too, not just to add content, but to put some eyes on this event that runs every single week, and get people, almost caring about it again, just to revitalize it in whatever we can do, because it's completely worth it for what it's done for the scene. It deserves it, and it's not just part of the scenery; it is the scenery. It's definitely part of this scene, this scene's DNA.
Rendering is in progress for the bracket. Refresh page in a few seconds. That's what it actually says. I've never seen that before.
Really? Huh.
But they upgraded the CSL framework and backend all the time. Getting crazy.
Yeah. Getting crazy with them updates.
Remember, I put in a suggestion for the when you're making the entire event, like, you know, in 3 weeks prior or whatever, and you're putting it on the website. And I made a suggestion, and like, I refreshed the page, and what I suggested was there already. Some group, some team, somewhere else in the world put it into form. Quick stuff, Bob.
Indeed. Oh no, Element. Where did my phone go?
Good.
Oh, there it is. No, not good. I've got to open up the chat, Element.
For Trace says, "Oh, thank God, more than one stream on. I was dying." Man, this bracket, eh? We're in the right day here.
What? Yeah, this bracket still hasn't refreshed. I mean, it wasn't even here before, but now it's here. But they just haven't updated it yet. There are.
Yeah, 6:06 is the right day there, right?
Yeah,
Cup is in
yeah,
progress.
that's the one. But it hasn't been updated quite yet. I don't know. You're the ESL man. Go poke some faces with your admin stick. See what's going down. Okay, so there's chat. It's weird why this is doing that. Okay, cool. Anyway, I got chat open now. I know, at least for now, before to plug this phone in. All right, guys. Yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of StarCraft today with this event, as per the usual. Lasts about 3 hours-ish, depending on how long the games go. First few rounds are best of ones until, I believe, the quarterfinals. Then it goes best of threes all the way into and including the finals. Will also be a best of three. For this event, we often see quite a few, obviously, European players joining up, mostly unknowns in the first round, 64, round of 32 even. Players that, or lesser knowns, I should say. Unknowns and lesser knowns. Players who are just trying to make their way. Anybody could enter these events too, guys. Anybody. I mean, come in, play some StarCraft, get bonked first round, no big deal. I mean, put in the effort, maybe get streamed. We've seen some players who, aren't necessarily that good in the grand scheme of things, in the pro level. And, they may have been just an aspiring, a player just want to push themselves, try to see how they hang with some higher level players, and that's awesome. That's push yourself. Why not? And plus, it's fun. There really is no pressure on you. It's like if you have no expectations, you're coming in. You believe like, oh wow, these players are all way better than me. Then you have no stress coming at you. Then you know for sure that you can just have fun with it. And I think that's encouragement to participate in these events. I'd definitely like to see more people participating in these events. I mean, if you have the time, of course, and the time zone is appropriate for you, as these events do start around noon Central Time, and of course they're European oriented, of course. But I mean, give it a go. I think it's pretty awesome, and I mean, I think of it too. Like when I think about this, like the events like this that ESL puts on as well, like such as the Go4SC2. They also do multiple weekly cups, which Element knows all about, and I mean, I guess pretty much they exist because of Element in that sense. Am I overstating that, Element? In that case, the play cups that are weekly or bi-weekly. Now I guess, well, not bi-weekly, but they're 2 times a week, whatever that's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like...
I agree with what you said.
He has no idea what I said. He has no idea what I just said, guys. Okay, so anyway, I could tell in his voice. But so we have the bronze, like, I believe it's still distributed this way, right? I believe bronze, silver, gold. And
whoa! This guy's using your words, Bob.
What?
Just read the chat.
What chat? Our stream?
The Go4SC2 chat.
Oh, I'm not in that thing.
What are you, a noob?
No.
He says I love lamp.
What? No, stop. Who says that?
And the other guy says I love chairs. I don't know if this is part of it.
That's not, but not at all. It's just a person probably just contradicting, or somebody who's also watched Anchorman.
No. This is something only you say.
Okay, well, how do I enter the ESL channel anyway? I don't enter channels much. It's not my thing.
All right, made a Reddit post because I hadn't before. Go4SC2 on the Gauntlet channel. Come join us.
Sweet deals. Okay, so yeah, I'll just let you talk in the chats. I don't talk to the people in chats.
I was hoping you would because I'm signed in as for Twitch alerts, which is now becoming Streamlabs. That's different.
What? What do you mean? It wasn't Streamlabs around for a while, or did they buy out Twitch alerts or what?
Maybe if this new Twitch, because Twitch has these new diamonds or crystals or whatever they're called. Maybe they wanted Twitch alerts to change their name or something. I don't even really know. I thought they were in partnership before, to be honest. Twitch and Twitch alerts, but apparently that's not the case.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think that
Either
ever
way,
was
Twitch
the case.
wants in on those donations.
Interesting.
They want a piece of the pie.
I guess so. I know a lot
I
of people.
too like pie.
A lot of people. Pie is great. Haven't had pie in quite some time though. But I mean, I always found that like people were theorizing, what if Twitch integrated donations, right? But just as they do with subs, they'd probably take a pretty hefty cut, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
And so I mean, and so I don't see the. I think from a Twitch point of view too, I don't see how they could implement that successfully. I mean, what streamer is going to use that service if they do indeed take such a cut when they could use services like Twitch alerts? And now.
Well, the thing is, because it's right in there and not a button below, like it's part of it. It's part of the,
Oh yeah, it's literally
chat.
text is down. It's not actually on your stream.
No, hold on. When you do it, it gives you a special logo in the chat.
Oh.
Like your name becomes different.
Oh, yeah,
you
like
get crystals that show up and everybody can see it in the chat.
Yeah.
Like you get a nice, just the way you do when you subscribe, and it shows up in chat. You get the recognition right there. Everybody can see it.
I guess there is that, yeah, because doing a donation otherwise you wouldn't. That's interesting. Interesting concept. Yeah, if they did implement that. I mean, I haven't heard anything or read anything on that subject of Twitch deciding to do such, but I do get the idea. But either way, guys, we're still waiting for this bracket to come up here for Go4SC2 number 606. And the bracket should have been up 10 minutes ago, but it's not. These EU guys. Right, Helmet? Anyway, but...
Yeah. I told them I shall come out of retirement and make this bracket myself.
Come out of retirement.
Got 60, 70. Oh, boy.
I don't know, maybe it's just one guy struggling to do it. I mean, you knew all about that adminning and bracket making, Helmet. A lot of things can happen, I'm sure. At least I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt.
I remember one time I was too fast at putting up the bracket. And so I would look at the bracket and stuff wouldn't be where I wanted it. So I'd reset the bracket. But I was too fast at resetting it too. And the guy came in and he's like, I was I can't remember exactly what it was for. But I went to the main chat and I was like, help, something's wrong. And the guy came in and he's like, you know what, you're just going too fast. You need to slow down here. And lo and behold, if you just wait.
Oh, the system's just not meant for
works out.
speed and efficiency.
Well, after you make the bracket, you just gotta take your hands off the keyboard for a second, sit back, and let the chips fall where they may.
All right, guys, that's an inner look at the boring world of adminning. So, there you go. Considering Element just pretty much fell asleep while telling that story. Anyway,
Yeah.
we like I said, we're still
some
waiting for the
fun
brackets
times.
to come up for Go4SC2. They usually don't take this long to go up, but life happens. Things are probably happening behind the scenes that we don't know, and so we'll just wait along until it happens here. See what happens. I just want to see what players. I haven't looked at who actually signed up. Did you, Element? I'll click on that now. Let's see who actually checked in. Anybody we recognize? A lot of unknown players, which is great. Immortal Passes here. I mean, that's who signed up. I don't know actually who's checked in or confirmed their entry, but find that out soon enough. So yeah, a lot of unknown players, that's for sure. A couple that we may have heard of here before, but nobody. Oh, what? No. Interesting. We got Shore F or Shorf, as we sometimes call him. Oh, Lilkinen is here too. And okay, I always forget. How's it pronounced? Is it Zoc or Sock? I think it's Zoc, right? Or is it Zoke? I always forget because I hear it like different ways every single time. But either way.
Oh, you're talking about...
Yeah, he's actually signed up too. I mean, will he actually participate is the question. I'm not sure. I mean, he's on the list. That's him. I think it's Zoc, right? I think that's how they say it.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, and B-Lord is here too. Yeah, some interesting players. A lot of new ones, so it'll be exciting to see. Hopefully we catch some of these players we haven't seen before. Definitely
looks like the bracket might be up now.
like seeing new talent. Okay. Take a gander at that. All right, hit that old refresh button, and yes, you're indeed correct. The bracket is up. A lot of
we got Shorefaf in the game. That's what I'm looking for. Wow, there's lots of walkovers here. In fact, it's all walkovers.
It looks like
there's one game.
There's one game. Okay. Well,
I should say, we will take that one game.
We will. Who is the one game? I'm trying to find the matchup. It's so hard to tell on this bracket. Who's actually the one that's lined up? Oh, there it is. Got it. It's Marcus versus Axes. Axes. I think we'll call them Axes. That's about right. So Marcus and Axes. That's who's in it, Element. Make it happen. Best of one. Round of 64. It's all walkovers, as we just had a hair over 32 players, I suppose, in total. And
we could take B-Lord too, though. And that goes directly into Little Canines game.
Oh, there's two matches, not one, you liar. That makes more sense. Yeah, B-Lord. Let's go there. B-Lord and Climber. Then it goes into Lilkinen, yeah. That would be pretty interesting. Again, best of ones, guys. Anything can happen, actually, in best of ones. We've seen it before. You know, you could pull up the good old all-in, the trusty cheese. One of those, some awesome build that only works on ladder, but you know, it kind of, I think one of these events is very much like ladder, best of one, and you move on, kind of thing. So I think that's something we could definitely end up seeing. We've seen it before, and definitely lends to some very exciting games indeed. Guys, is Go4SC2 Europe Cup number 606. Of course, a lot of points are on the line for this event to increase the standings of said players in the Go4SC2 echelons here. And I'm Bobby Austin. With me is Element. Joy to be here with you guys today. Of course, casting StarCraft always brings me joy. I'm actually going to go back into StarCraft just in case Element gets that old invite so I could follow in on him.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Who's I trying to join again? Oh yeah, B-Lord.
Something I do want to talk about too, as we're just waiting for this game to get set up, is Alarak. All right, guys, let's talk about Alarak for a bit. I just looked at a tweet that StarCraft had posted yesterday, I think it was, or at least 12 hours ago, and I mean, it was pretty cool. Just like it shows his Death Fleet ability, which I think is rather cool. In the co-op mode for StarCraft. Of course, for those who haven't played co-op mode, get on it. Super fun. There's obviously matchmaking, lands you up with somebody.
Joining on me, Bob.
All right.
Gotta go right now.
All right, cool.
Go.
Joining game. All right. So anyway, so co-op mode's super fun. I could go into that a lot more in depth later. But anyway, Alarak is being added as a hero in near future. I don't know when though. They haven't actually released a date on that. I don't think. I'm assuming it's with the next big patch, but I don't even know when that's happening. Hopefully it's sooner rather than later, because I definitely want to play some Alarak. It looks really fun, a really cool hero in co-op, and also he's getting released in Heroes of the Storm as well, which I actually used him in the test in the PTR, the public test realm version of Heroes. I actually didn't really like him, but then again, it wasn't a real game. It's just you're against the way if you don't own the hero, you can just try them out, and it does this sort of limited map spec to just test out their abilities and whatnot. From what that test was, I didn't actually enjoy him that much, oddly enough. Maybe he'll grow on me, or maybe I just didn't use him right or enough, obviously. And again, the whole dynamic changes when you're in an actual game with the hero, because then you find the utility of that hero a lot better than if you're just playing against a AI on a limited test map.
Is this is that silver or platinum?
I did not look.
Well, this should be fun. Okay, Bob, we're going into game number 1 here.
Okay.
Of a best of 1.
Is indeed. All right, to the south, we have the green Zerg player. It is Climber.
I'm going into it, but you know,
Oh, you are? Oh.
that works too.
I thought you said you're in already. Oh, you're not in already.
We're going into in the top, right, not left or bottom. We have Blord.
Pretty sure it's B-Lord, but yeah.
Nope.
Yeah,
Pretty
B-Lord.
sure
Of course.
it's
I've seen him around before. Where have I seen this guy? Pretty sure he's like a GM or something. He must be, right?
Maybe. I believe B-Lord in the lobby at least was platinum and Climber was diamond.
Oh, interesting.
Though
Who knows then?
they've both played. Well, actually, Climber had never played in the ESL tournament before.
Oh, that's awesome, actually. Wow. Shout out to Climber.
Yeah, no, that is really good. And B-Lord had, but said the rules were a little bit hard to find. So we got that out of the way. Both of them taking hatch. What do you think about hatches?
I love Hatch's element. More the merrier, especially when they're in my opponent's base.
If you would have to compare that to lamp, which one comes up higher?
Lamp first, always. I mean, without lamp, you can't see. So what good is a hatch? And
That's true, but Zerg don't have eyes.
of course they do. Wait, why would you say that? Like, that's not even true. They have more eyes than anybody on any of the other races. What are you talking about?
Anybody else?
Well, yeah, and anybody else.
The Overseer doesn't see, Bob. The Overseer doesn't see.
The Overseer sees all.
Oh boy.
Overlord
That
on
one
the other
comic
hand.
that's that one comic where the Overlord just above the army and he's like, anything you want me to do? Alright, I'll just float over here then. Oh boy.
Doesn't ring a
Poor
bell.
Overlords. Well, you obviously don't look at comics.
Not all the time, no, that's true. I don't. Either way, what do we got coming in both players? Element. We have some lings on the way for both. Speed being researched for Climber as we speak. What's the status on speed for our other guy? No speed. In fact, he's getting gas, but he's only mining 1.
Yeah, I think he noticed that they're not close spawns, perhaps. In fact, he didn't do any scouting other than the Overlord, so
No, yeah.
maybe he just realized, hey, this is a big map. I actually don't need the gas that fast.
Yeah, maybe
then,
so. Like, could have been just
Only
an
get
interesting
the one
decision.
working at a time.
All that being said, that could put him in a little bit of a predicament, especially as far as map control goes in
Well,
the
there's
next
a
few
Baneland
seconds.
on the way,
Yeah.
and these lings are going to find out where he is. Thing is, there's a spine, and this map is pretty easy to wall off one side, and then just put the queens on the ramp on the other part.
Yeah, and,
Oh,
and they are
cancel
cross
the spine.
positions.
Oh
too.
my god. That is a very risky decision.
What?
Although, the queen's attacking the hatch. No!
Oh yeah, a little bit of misstep there. This queen's gonna go down. What?
The queen put almost 100 damage into that hatch
Yeah, it looked like
instead of defending.
Climber derped his initial lings that he had here, and if you weren't paying attention there, right by this gas geyser on the ramp, they got caught there while moving. They weren't actually attacking. They're move commanding, and then the
So you're
lings.
saying there was a double derp?
The what?
Climber's queen at his main base was attacking his own hatch.
Yeah, I know. Which
Put
was,
in almost 100 damage.
yeah, I know. That,
And now you're saying there was a
which was-
secondary
that
derp
was a
somewhere
second
else.
error he made. Yes, the first.
Yeah, so I said a
he
double
derped his
derp.
Lings, yeah,
There was a double derp.
double derp indeed. Almost, I thought
that's
you said double
unfortunate.
drop. I'm like, I don't know what you're watching, Element, but I'll just forget about it.
Well, I think we can safely assume that this is not GM.
Yeah. Either way, I'm liking B-Lord's position so far. I mean, both players largely even, but I don't know. I just like B-Lord's position overall here. Looking at his tech that he's getting up, he has actually, I say that he has double Roachhorn. Interesting.
You know what I just realized though?
No.
These guys are, you know, one of them's diamond, one of them's platinum. So
Allegedly.
basically, you're
Allegedly.
around your level. No, hold on. I'm actually going to do a valid point here.
Okay.
And this is the first time one of the guys ever been in an ESL tournament online.
Yes.
Just being casted, right?
Yeah.
Probably makes him a little bit nervous.
Oh, in chat, Triple Helix SC2 says, "Hey yo guys, hey Triple Helix, how's it going, man?" And
Hello, Mr. Helix.
it's Triple Helix Element.
Hello, Tri-Helix.
Yeah, it's like a rank or something. It deserves respect, like Doctor and General and Mr. President. Man.
And Bobbin. The highest of the Bobby ranks. Anyways,
High Lord of Bob.
did you hear what I was saying? Probably a little bit nervous if this is the first ever casted game.
Yeah, good point. As you did say, Climber, this is his first ESL event participating in. He's probably, let's say, a lower ranked player. Good for him to at least take that plunge and participate. Enter this competition for fun, push himself, see where he stands. I think that's the most important thing. You have nothing to lose if you've never done it before. Nothing to lose.
All right, Bob, we got a little bit of move out here for some lings from Climber. Maybe just try to get some map position. Lots of roaches at the third, though, of B-Lord. Thing is, they both have spires, but Climber's only made the 2 banelings, whereas, there's 8 roaches here, 200 gas invested right there. Upgrades on the way, +1 range attack. There's going to be a lot more mutas out for Climber. And this roach push might have to get some damage done, or else he's going to forgo that muta count. The higher count, that is, and have to play a very defensive game. Especially if Climber can get some gases going here on the third.
Yeah, the Spire did just finish for Climber.
Look at this, 9 mutas coming out right now. Lots of roaches on this side, but he sees where the roaches are going. He saw the roaches go north. And, I guess the Overlord at the front got taken out, but he does have the tower. So he knows what's on the way.
Yeah, he does know the roaches are on the way. The mutas will be out in time, in fact. They're about to pop out.
Yeah, should be able to whittle them down on the way across the map. It wasn't armor, it was range they got. So the mutas should still do a decent amount of damage to them. Killing the Overseer, risky move. Might want to actually start attacking those roaches.
Yeah, you got to start whittling them down because as the mutalist number is rising, 3 more in
production. Yeah, it's actually getting a little scary now.
Yeah, 3 more in production.
He'll kill this hatch he'll kill this hatch lower down here. Oh, that's a lot of lings actually.
Well, the lings will definitely help tank some of or get some of the damage of the HP of these.
I mean, it's enough to save the hatch. Oh, actually, more roaches come in, and a focusing's probably going to happen here. Kill the queen. Odd choice.
This queen actually just started moving to its death there, following the roaches. I'm not entirely sure what that was about. Maybe just right-clicked on them. Some of these workers going down too. Really good for B-Lord. B-Lord will eventually lose all these roaches if he just sticks around, and it looks like he has no choice. I mean, he can't run away.
Yeah, he equalized the worker count for his entire army is the problem that I see. I would have liked him to take down the hatch. That way he could have got his own gases at his third and perhaps climb back in that muta count with a higher gas income.
Well, now the question is, Element, I mean, all that doesn't matter anymore. What matters actually is what B-Lord's going to do responding against this. He has 1 spore at each base. Actually, that's not enough. He has some mutalists being pumped out, but as you said before, he had spent so much gas on his roaches that's a detriment to his overall muta count. He's just now getting gases at his third base and going to start mining from them. But in the meantime, this spore is going to get focused down pretty quickly. Oh no, nice transfuse actually going down. Not bad at all for B-Lord here.
Yeah, he got the best.
Oh, he didn't kill a spore yet. Oh man, that's actually terrible.
God.
Oh no, I think actually that's a bad engagement for.
Well, he's down to 8 mutas now from I think there was 15 and 4 coming out.
Yeah.
So he lost a whole lot there.
He did.
9 mutas.
And it was a lack of focus fire, at least proper focus fire. I can understand like the issue of the queen transfusing the spore, which could definitely cause a little bit of problem.
And he's fighting now with the rest of his mutas weren't there when he started. Now a spore plants back at the base.
Yeah.
And he's gonna win this muta battle.
Wow. And it's all because of a poor engagement from Climber. I mean, yeah, there's a train of thought.
He's got the +1 armor too, Bob, which makes a huge difference.
Well, yeah.
Especially with the splash damage going on the roaches. All the splash attack was going to the roaches below. Plus, the main attack didn't do didn't do the full attack as the other ones did.
Well, the main issue here, Element, is actually the fact that he dived in onto the spore, didn't focus it down properly anyway. But knowing that there was a queen there with enough energy for a transfuse is a bad decision to begin with. Considering his...
Well, I saw 3 things. First thing, the lings weren't attacking the spore.
Yeah.
Second thing is, if there's a queen there, just put the lings and the mutas on the queen right away. Just hit that first thing hit.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's, 125 health a couple times over. So just take that out right away. You don't have to deal with the transfuse. There's only 1 queen there.
Yeah, this newly
and then
base
the third was leaving the spore alive a little bit longer. Yeah, that 4th base got cancelled out. That's pretty nice. B-Lord's actually in a really good position now, I feel like. Climber's got a lot of money in the bank here. So maybe he's got something planned, but no, I don't really think so.
Well, muta count is even for both players, but you do have that upgrade advantage, which goes a long way, especially in
upgrade and then the attacks coming in as well. So it's going to be a double. Well, I guess air upgrades, arm upgrades on the way for Climber too. But there's a lot of queens out now. I think there's 6, maybe 5 out for B-Lord. Defensively, he's in a good position, I feel. Worker count, though, is in Climber's favor. Something we should note.
Definitely something of
lots
note.
of money.
That's where the supply lead is for Climber. Climber is ahead in supply. Let's keep that in mind. Don't know if you mentioned. I can actually hardly hear you, Element. You're cutting in and out. But the
yeah, he puts down
but a lot of the mutalisks the Mutalisk count is largely even, actually a little bit favor for our Blue Zerg player. But all that being said, the aggression and the advantage, actually a little bit of a bad engagement here for B-Lord. All that being said, a lot of his Mutalisk gets shaved off because he was moving in a not complete I guess arrangement there with his Mutalisks.
Took some damage. Only really lost one Muta though, and those will heal up.
Did he? Oh man, I guess looked like a lot worse than that, but
yeah, I mean right now it's 7 Mutas lost to 16 for Climber overall in this game. All but one of those were lost in the battle earlier. I think a macro hatch is definitely needed for Climber if he's gonna go for this Ling play. His mineral's just climbing so high. I'd like to see either that or a fourth, maybe.
Well, he tried his fourth. The fourth got canceled already by the Mutalisks, and I think
now that he has a larger army.
Well, he does have a pretty scary army now. I think he could secure that fourth. That's what he's planning.
There, he's going to go for it right now.
Out, but his Lings are so far ahead. He really needs to engage with his Mutalisks here. Just so
exceptional Muta count at 23 to 28. Though some of them are across the map, this might be the best chance to take the fight right now.
This is, but it's going to be super close. And I actually think B-Lord may have the advantage here, Element, and he does. Actually, in the Mutalisk got 21 Mutas survived to 15 of our Green Zerg player Climber. And Climber is forced to retreat. Gonna actually decide to go counterattack with these Lings. Very smart choice, in fact. Gonna try to get some economic damage done on B-Lord's side of the map before the Mutas.
I think he should actually. He's gonna actually dive in on it. I don't know if that's the right choice. I think maybe just running around back there. Yeah, there he goes. Get out of there. Nothing to do. I'm just gonna throw your Lings away. Constantly threatening that counterattack might be the best decision at this point until he can get that base up. And with all that mineral, just make 4-8 queens. Have them under your Mutas. Spread the creep. That's the decision you got to plan for right now.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, Climber could really just be pushing out, like, get his creep out there too to connect to his fourth base. He could have had if he had more queens, so they double as anti-Muta defense. God. And of course, spreading creep to defend.
He gets a good jump on right now.
Oh, yeah.
And this actually looks like the end.
That looks to be it, Element. That's it. GG is called, and B-Lord takes the game and the series to move on, as it is a best of 1 in the Go4SC2 number 606, brought to you by ESL. I'm Bobby Awesome. With me is Element. Thanks, guys, for tuning in with us today. We have so much more StarCraft. That was our first series of the day in the very first round of 64. Yes, Triple Helix. Thanks, guys. I'm fine. How are you? I'm excellent right now. Triple Helix, peachy, if you will. Can't speak for Element, but he's usually one step away from death. But who knows?
Oh God. I'm not signed in on Element because of Twitch alerts, so anything I say is coming up as Go4SC2 in the chat there, but let me tell you, that is me.
Oh, right, so you're Go4SC2 in chat now.
Although I believe Colton's also there, though, as well, so you'll never know who it is. But on one computer, actually on this computer, I don't have multiple browsers, so if I want to be in Twitch alerts, I also have to be on Twitch as the same person, so feels bad.
That's what happens when you don't think ahead, Element, or have multiple browsers, or I don't know, an app that you could be in different programs. I don't know, it's like technology, Element. It's beyond you, I guess.
I have a keyboard.
I know you're a big Apple fan, and I'm a Sony fan, so you're like, hey, you think you know technology. Bob, you think you know it.
It takes courage
but you actually don't.
To be an Apple fan, as you know.
What?
It takes a lot of courage to be an Apple fan, as you know.
Oh man, a lot of courage to be an Apple fan. I don't know. I don't know what one would call it. If you're still an Apple fan after the other days of fan, I think you
don't like music.
Well, there is that, and there is zealot or something like
Yeah.
They're a true believer in the cult of Apple. That's it. I mean, because imagine if Microsoft did what Apple did, right? Like, guess what? On Windows, there's no headphone support anymore. Hypothetically speaking,
it's basically like
something just as
since Apple's big thing has been music. The iPhone itself an extension of an iPod.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
From back in the day, it's almost like, let's just say, Microsoft put out some computers and just said, you know what? No more USBs. We're just done with USB.
It's kind of like that. You just wireless things from now on.
All your stuff, Bluetooth. We'll give you a little adapter. And deal with it.
Yeah, Bluetooth USB drives or Bluetooth external drives are the only thing that work now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bluetooth monitor. Deal with it. Anyways, we're gonna get another game up here.
All right, you do that.
Who do we got? What do we got? Where do we got?
You have to refresh on the bracket, see what has happened. As there were only 2 matches available in the round 64, as I believe it has concluded. It looks like it. So everybody's in the round of 32 now, Element. And it may just get real. B-Lord did defeat Climber, as we just witnessed, so B-Lord will face Lilkinen, which we may go into next. We'll see, but there's so many matches to experience. In fact, already Poppy Joe defeated JLZ here, or JLZ, if you will, in the round of 16, or moving on to the round of 16. Immoral Pass making his way through, defeating Ghost Hell. And Matisse defeated Metatail, and Bisk defeated, I'm assuming that's how you say Bisk, B-S-K, I'm just going to say Bisk, defeated Kulka. And we'll face Matisse in
round of
16.
Was B-Lord lost that one, didn't he? No, wait.
B-Lord won, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Wait, why am I thinking that? He's offline now, though. He must have checked the bracket and be like, nope. Nope, nope, nope.
No, there's no way. Come on, you're in this event to compete. You know you're gonna face people who are good. Maybe you just have to reset StarCraft or something like that. Who knows? But don't get stuck on one player element. Let's not make that mistake again. And let's move on to another series if it's available. And
well, you just said we're going on to the canon one. That was you who said that.
Well, yeah, but because that's what you said.
It's going for what you're saying, Bob.
I was literally echoing you. But
it's going for what you're saying.
Ignore Helmet, guys. He's a so troll he doesn't know any other way in his life, that's for sure. But anyway, so as I was saying before, we had actually didn't even complete my list here, and Lupus defeated Gladiator. That was the final match there as far as results so far. There's still a couple matches, well, actually a few matches still going on in the round of 32. And we may get into one of them yet. Depending if B-Lord comes back online, may go into that series of Lilkinen or run up to another one of these series. I mean, it's pretty interesting anyway. Obviously, a lot of good StarCraft ahead of us today. I'll also like casting the lesser known players, get some pretty interesting builds. Said this before, but I think some of the most interesting builds can happen from players you may never have heard of. Definitely our experience anyway. We've cast some pretty big heroes elements over the years, like Senin, a hero we all deserve. And I wonder where he's at. Where's Senin at? Man, it makes me wonder. Like, hope we see him again. Such a very good player, very fun to watch. We saw him in, I guess, did we see him this year at all? I think it was this year, but I'm pretty sure it was also end of last year. Can't remember exactly, but Senin, really, really interesting player. And among many other heroes we've cast over time. Hopefully we get more of that. Let's see in chat here. What's going on?
We're going to take this BSK game, he says, going in versus
Xenoweapon says, if only it only took 2 minutes to download a browser. Ha ha, ha ha, Element. I know, but Element doesn't like tainting things. He only uses like Internet Explorer ever. And then like
I'm pretty sure Chrome is like,
I think
they're all about how fast they let you download that browser. It has like a ready, set, go thing, and it shoots across the screen. And then you're ready to go.
Well, the thing is though, I'm actually not gonna rag on you for not using. For example, I have like 6 browsers on my computer for multiple things, so I can be logged into multiple accounts simultaneously for different things. And but I gotta say, man, so many browsers suck so much. I used to be, a big advocate of Opera back in the day, for example, when it was its own browser before they switched to the Chrome kernel, and then they did, and then it became garbage. And now I had a clean install of Windows. Everything was, in the last few months. Installed Opera, then installed Firefox, and they give me the same problems they always have. How do people even use these things? Because it can't be my computer, because I just did a clean install of Windows. So and they give me the same issues. Like they croak on certain media players. They have a tendency to crash on if you have multiple tabs open on websites. They can't handle like multiple, I guess, media plugins simultaneously. Like multitasking. I'm a heavy multitasker, so they fail hard on those, and I just don't get it. But so I just use Maxthon most of the time. It's not perfect, but at least it can handle multitasking better than most. So, and then there's Edge, of course, which is the fastest browser I ever used in my life. But it just doesn't have the features set yet.
All right, I'm back.
All right, you went somewhere? Oh, great.
Most certainly did.
We need to find a game, I think, Element, before the round of 32 disappears. Or B-Lord appears and then they start their game.
BSK said he's getting into a game soon. I think he just went into the lobby. It's the one I'm waiting for.
Who?
Well, his name's BSK.
Oh, or Bisk. I'm just calling him Bisk. Bisk. Isn't Bisk a food or something? I don't even know what Bisk is.
Well, maybe it's like a short term for a biscuit or something.
Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't.
There we go. Join in on me, Bob.
Okay.
Also, you'll be the one to fetch the next game.
That
That'll join in on you. Since there seems
not,
to be...
I'm not even in the chat.
Since I seem to be under fire here.
Hey, man. I'm just keeping you in line.
Find a game!
Oh, man.
Anyways, yeah. I went and got my Surface. I turned on the air conditioner studio here.
Okay.
So now I'll get on the second browser, and you can go...
Oh, wait. So I was busy, like, talking about browser stuff. You weren't even here at that time. Oh.
I told you, I said I'll be right back.
I wouldn't listen to you. Either way, we got Matisse versus Bisk. It is a Masters versus Grandmasters, so it will be some very strong players battling out. Another ZVZ coming at you right here, guys.
I believe the term is Zed.
It is Zed. I want to be... I want to appeal to the American crowd element. We're trying to break into America, okay?
Makes sense.
But even though the rest of the world says Zed, technically speaking, so...
All right, bobbing in the lower left corner, wearing purple shorts that are also blue in color. It is Matisse.
All right, to the northeast side of the map, we have the teal Zerg player. It is, who shall be heretofore known as Bisk.
It.
In chat, Fortress says, I used to like Opera back in the day. Yeah, man, Opera used to be the thing. Like, had the best browser experience. You could stack your... I think you still can, technically. They have some of the features of the old one, but most of them disappeared over time. Like, you could use stack your tabs, your browser tabs, and so I could create categories, too. That's how much stuff I'd have open when I'm doing research and stuff like that. And instead of just having one single line of tabs, and they go all the way into infinity, and they get smaller, or then they'll create a number system. It's so dumb, but... it used to be really good. It also used to do a lot of other things too. Like you could share create kind of like a web page with Opera in a way, but for media, pictures, music, whatever it may be, and then you just share that web code to somebody, and then they could just download files straight from your computer as long as you're still online. It used to be an awesome thing, but then like Opera 12 came, and that's when I think that's what it was, and they switched to Chrome, and all those features just disappeared. Like with an upgraded version, you're supposed to have more features, not less, but that's how it went. It was unfortunate.
Whoa. Is that another shot at Apple for taking stuff away?
Unknowingly, but yes, like, if it applies to Apple, then shame on Apple. But yes.
I mean...
don't take headphone jack away. It's the
I
dumb
upgraded
thing.
for dual headphone jacks and I ended up with none.
So dumb. Just boggles my mind. But you know what?
Well,
I knew they were going to do
you.
it eventually. It's dumb.
Back in the day, Bob and Awesome put a lot of faith in the Apple company.
I never put faith in
Went
them.
ahead
I did
and bought
own
the
a couple
iPod
Apple
Touch.
products in my time, though. That's a fact. But I
Went ahead
never
and bought
liked
it. Threw away his glorious music player.
my Zune. Was the best thing.
Yeah.
I gave it to somebody, a friend at the time. I gave it to them, but because I had an Apple product that had Wi-Fi, because the Touch had Wi-Fi, that's why I had it. Oh man, trying to guilt trip me into all that stuff. You're the one who watches Apple conferences or whatever. I get understanding trying to know your enemy and all that.
I need to. I have to go in there
Some apathy
with
I couldn't
absolute
bother.
information. And plus, I have to know what kind of bullshit they're being fed.
This is true, right? But that's true. You got to understand the propaganda being sent to their followers, their acolytes.
Know thy propaganda. I think that's the first in the book.
The propaganda of Goebbels' book, yeah.
Yeah. Let thee who has the most believable propaganda cast the first stone.
Probably in Goebbels' book. I would not doubt it. Either way, we got a couple links just for Matisse poking in.
Oh my
We've actually
god,
cast
the
Matisse
death.
before. Matisse is pretty good, especially in ZVZ, if I remember correctly.
Anyways, we got a third from both players here, bailing us on the way from Matisse. It's right in the front, I believe. Speed already done for Bisk. He's making a couple more lings, but looks like it's going to transition to Roaches here fairly soon. 2 banelings out for Matisse, since he doesn't have much information as far as what's going on in the production tab. So it could be, a giant ling rush or something like that, and he would never know. A couple of banelings keep him safe against that, but Roaches are on the way, Bob. You know that. I know that. Everybody knows that.
We all know that. Well, now the question is, what is Bisk just using these for defensively, or is he planning on getting aggressive pretty soon? But it looks like he may actually want to get aggressive. He's trying to take on these rocks somewhat here, but it's going to be chased away by Matisse. I actually like that. Just eliminates I mean, some Zergs or some players in general get lazy when one player's taking down the rocks, but especially if there's a roach follow-up, just easy way to cut off reinforcements, kill this third really fast by entering through this ramp in the center here. I like keeping those rocks alive for as long as possible.
How many workers did we lose here? 2 workers down.
A few.
Not bad. So roaches do come out. He gets to spot that. That's his prize for going all the way, and quite a few actually in total. 12 out, 3 more on the way. This is a big amount of roaches. Roaches also coming up from Matisse on the other side, so should be safe by the time he gets there.
Exactly. Getting his own safety roaches here just to counteract the roaches on the way here for his opponent. Now, the third base not being saturated yet for Biscuit at all. In fact, no workers being produced from either player. In fact, that's interesting. Especially in the ZVZ, you both got third bases, but they don't plan on saturating them anytime soon, as the aggression is going to be kicking up for both players. Now, the question is, though, I mean, who's going to be the defender and who's going to be the attacker? I think that'll determine the advantage.
He might lose his third here just by a huge pushing. Okay, now he sees it. A couple of roaches hatching, saw the damage being taken.
Yeah, well, he wasn't leaving his base. I mean, he was just posturing around the middle here.
No.
Yeah, he'll be more than fine. He's the superior roach count plus he has the defender's advantage. I think Biska's overextended here just a little bit. I mean, at very least he got to take down those rocks, but now he's going to start to engage. But the roach count is just ridiculous so far for Matisse, and the production is still streaming in. More reinforcing roaches come in. Failings to join
his as well. Around.
Yeah, Bisk has to run away and go home, man.
He is the one with the layer on the way. Is the layer done for... No, not even started. So, tech-wise, as long as he can get home and keep himself safe, I would send these lings on a counterattack right now.
Well, you would, but he has nothing else. What does he have at home to defend against his push, though? He has like the handful of roaches. He needs these lings here.
Yeah, I mean, he'd have to have had dropped spines before this became an issue.
All right, you could try to actually get a little bit of a ling force field going on in these.
Oh god, huge! Oh no, gets out of the bile maybe at the last second. Takes a couple shots.
Yeah, he does take a couple shots.
He's gonna lose here. Actually, what he's gonna do.
Yeah, it looks like to be the case, as his lings are now completely useless with the banelings of Matisse moving in on them, and the roach count is pitiful for Bisk, as Matisse's army is barreling down onto the natural base of our Teal Zerg player, and more links flooding in as reinforcements for Matisse. This is pushing the issue here. I think Bisk is on the ropes here, Element. Yeah, that's it. GG's call. Matisse takes the game and moves on to the next round. That was round 32 match, I believe, so he moves on to the round 16. Pretty awesome. Pretty straightforward, too. I like the patience of Matisse. He recognized all about scouting, too, guys. I don't know if... I don't see what Element's seeing right now. I'm looking at I'm using my own computer here, but overall, just the scouting of Matisse is what mattered the most. So he knew exactly how to react and when to react, when to stop making drones. It's like, oh wow, you have a third. It's like you have a third, but there's no saturation. You have a bunch of units being popped out. I mean, and you're trying to take down these rocks. These are all signs that he scouted, that determined, that gave him the clue of what his opponent was up to, and he just reacted accordingly. Just stopped drone production himself. Not entirely sure if that was his plan the whole time, or if he actually wanted to saturate the third, but either way, he didn't. And that was the correct choice, and he was able to defend against the push very easily, in fact, against Bisk, and it just snowballed from there. All right, so GG is called, and we're on to the next series very shortly. Guys, this is Go4SC2 606, brought to you by ESL, and of course, Go4SC2. I'm Bobby Awesome, with me is Element, and yeah, man, good to be here with you guys. Let's see what chat's talking about.
Oh, nice. Poppy Joe. We're in that game. Join in on me, Bob.
Okay. Joining game.
Ooh, right. Full on.
Triple Helix says, I can't remember last time I used Opera. Yeah, I mean, I use Opera all the time still, even though it's glitchy for me, the new version with Chrome and stuff. I like to say I have like 5 or 6 browsers or whatever installed on my computer. The only one I don't have installed really out of the big ones is like Safari, which is garbage. It's like, that thing is like using, like if I were to use Netscape, which stopped updates like 3 or 4 years ago now, or maybe even longer, that's still better than Safari is, and just is. And Pilfer Doll, Mind Boggles, the new game from Hasbro. Oh yeah. Man, I like it. I'll be like the spokesman for it. Mind Boggles.
Anyways, we are in Poppy Joe versus Sake here. So that's something.
Okay, are we actually? Holy cow, we are in. I didn't even look to see who was playing.
I don't know, Poppy Joe just invited us, and Poppy Joe does what Poppy Joe does. This is unfortunately a best of 1 still, I believe. I just confirmed that.
Oh yeah, Poppy Joe. Awesome. That's what you're talking about. Of course, love Poppy Joe. And
It is a best of one, though. We should rule officially that this needs to be made into a best of 3.
we'll just tell them that. Yeah, guys, it's best of 3. Wink.
All right, Bob in the bottom. This time actually wearing purple shorts. Papa Joe.
All right, to the north we have the German Protoss player. Been around a long time, and I always forget how to pronounce the name correctly. Is
Whoa.
what? Zoc? Is it
Look at that
Zoc?
trophy.
I'm saying it's Zoc.
What the heck is this?
What's happening?
The
Whoa!
trophy. Oh,
That's a sick trophy. Is that a fighter jet?
it looks like it.
Why is there a fighter jet on a StarCraft trophy?
I haven't been paying enough attention to how these
Well,
trophies
it's not a
work. I
fighter
know
jet. That's the ship Nova gets in the Nova Covert Ops.
That makes sense, yeah.
But why would it be on a trophy?
I mean, I guess they said they were going to put... I mean, I just haven't been paying enough attention to the trophies, that's for sure.
Really
That's for
cool
sure.
though. I want one. Man, I want one.
Yeah. Well, you'll never win anything, so... so just give up that hope right now.
Dashed.
Yeah.
Reality.
My dreams.
On my life right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you might win the award for the most determined
Chat Balance says
Apple fan.
Vivaldi is the new opera. Vivaldi, eh? Can't say I've heard of that.
Headed up by the same guy,
Interesting.
probably Bobby.
Yeah, because I've also been following the Brave browser, which is actually by the same people who, the same guy who like made Firefox initially, and it's looking really good. I like that, and it's just it's in like alpha mode still. I'm tested it out a few times, but its features are being added every month or so, and that browser has a lot of potential because even right now,
So-
its early form runs super quick.
So Triple Helix says,
Mhm.
Safari is like a knife with a bladed hilt. And I say, that gives twice the killing power. So Safari is like a knife with 2 hilts. That's what it actually is. There is no blade.
Oh man, the problems I had with running Safari. I mean, it's kind of similar to Firefox. Every time I try to run Flash media of any kind, or any media for that matter, it just derps.
Well, you're talking about mobile Safari, correct?
No, I was talking about like Safari on the PC, but like back in the day, I haven't used it for a couple years, but or maybe a year. I think I tried it out, like installed. I think it might have been an old version or something, but it feels dated, whatever it is, and it's unusable is Safari, at least for PC, for me anyway. But I used most of the browsers anyway, and I always find myself using Maxdon more than everything else. It has by far the most features. So.
Whoa.
Okay, we got some Adept moving into the mineral line right here of Zaki, and he is not doing anything. He is,
Oh, dear
his
Lord.
reaction time was actually really. Wow, that is devastating. Go down element. I can't tell. But either way, we do have an Adept for Zaki himself inside the main base of Papa Joe, but Papa Joe's going to clean it up really quickly. His reaction time is aces here. Now let's look at how many workers were lost their element, which I don't even know which menu that is from my observation here. Well, either way, worker count. Poppy Joe is at 21 to the 19 of Zoc right now. Now, what are we saying? Is it Zoc or is it Zoke?
Yes. It's Zake.
Zoke.
No, I'm saying Sake. I don't care. what
Zoke?
you-
All right. Yeah, I've heard it always, in fact. Even within the same cast of people back in WCS EU. So I'll just say Sake. Sake it is. That's how I always used to say it. All right, so structures tab. Why am I on the structures tab element? That's wrong. Let's look at production tab. We have Blink on the way for Poppy Joe. I like the cut of his jib, but an Oracle is on the way here for Sake. I'm not entirely sure how effective that will be, as we do have quite a few stalkers available for Poppy Joe, as long as Poppy Joe is paying attention. Now, we've seen before the delayed Oracle actually do quite a bit of damage because it's not expected. You know, your mothership core isn't necessarily sitting over your mineral line, and here is the Oracle is going to start putting in a lot of damage completely unexpected. Poppy Joe's not even reacting. He puts down a foot to overcharge, but it's not in range of this Oracle. Devastating damage going down to the economy of Poppy Joe. And again, it's that delayed Oracle. Perfectly done.
Yeah.
And-
My goodness. How many workers died in total? There are 10 altogether. I'm not right there, but altogether this game.
Yeah, there was 6th Oracle
him.
killed, and there's a 2nd Oracle on the way.
Yeah. Which might strike the natural, actually. 3 stalkers.
Yeah, Poppy Joe's now
Maybe not.
prepared in his natural mineral line. I mean, the second, I'm not entirely
Yeah.
sure the point of the 2nd Oracle, but at the very least, it'll scare Poppy Joe maybe into extra warping or two.
Well, you can't move out at this point.
well,
And yeah, even dashes in and gets 3 workers.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just gonna sacrifice it.
Oh,
Yeah.
just one more shot and got it. Perfect.
Maybe went a little bit too far. Oh god, is he gonna lose the other one too? It's close. Wow, it's really close. But yeah. In the chat, Topher says real men hold knives by the blade.
Real men hold knives by the. Then there won't be any real men left in this world after too long.
Bob identifies as a cat, so he can hold it wherever he wants.
I do what?
Nothing. Anyways, I think we've passed the 90-second time, so chat can now say whatever they feel. Mm-hmm. Oh, yep. Yep. Just...
Well, Element, you really die out if I'm not saying anything to you.
I'm
just he goes into
purposefully...
yep. Those aliens from the Muppets or something like that.
Purposefully letting you live, not knowing what happened.
Is it the Muppets or what was that from? I don't even remember anymore. But
Muppets.
Those aliens that are just like yep. Remember that?
I think it's from
Where's that?
Muppets. There's those guys in the high up part of the what auditorium or whatever it is, or just theater, who just laugh about stuff.
That's the old guys. That's different. Yeah, that's those old dudes. They're awesome. That's not what I'm talking about. Either way, we have
fighters, yeah.
Sake doing a very, I guess, staying on 2 bases though, being pretty conservative. I'm actually kind of surprised he hasn't taken a 3rd base, considering there's no threat on his side of the map, at least not for quite some time. Now Poppy Joe's taking a 3rd base, despite having taken some pretty significant economic damage.
Real men sheath their blades in their chest. Triple helix.
Wow.
Anyways, yeah, we do have the War Prism out, just sharking around. And like you said, 3rd base being blocked. Not blocked, scouted by Poppy Joe, and already down for Poppy Joe. So, cool stuff. Cool stuff, Bobbin. That's a lot of immortals.
It is.
I've always wondered what would happen if somebody just went double rope and just popped out 2 immortals at once. PvP, that is. And I guess in the lead up to Disruptor Tech, just a couple months ago, we saw some of that.
We
but
definitely.
Never went all the way.
I was wondering where you're getting at there, because I mean it's something we've definitely seen before, and more than once. But
well, I mean you've seen it a lot in PvZ.
Yeah.
When there was those lurker Hydra pushes, and you could just break them with that many immortals. But I'm talking about just going all in PvP, just taking a whole whack load of immortals.
Either way, Element. As you were talking about that, we got Adepts putting in some nice little aggression in the mineral lines of Sake here. And actually getting quite
cleaned up. We got to move out though. With all those immortals halfway across the map by this time.
And the immortals are now working on those rocks, trying to get towards this 3rd base of Poppy Joe. Now Poppy Joe's a little bit out of position, and I just say that's a lot of immortals too. And what does Poppy Joe have to counter these mortals, Element? That's the question we must be asking.
Well, he has a bunch of force fields, so be able to hold off. Oh god, there's 1 Archon. Never mind.
Yeah, really good composition. So from Sake here, he's going to move in towards the 3rd base. More warp is happening here for Poppy Joe.
Although he can just force field. He can just force field Poppy Joe out. Go the other way. In fact, he's going to.
Yeah. Looks like it. Either way, there's a lot of blockers here available for Poppy Joe.
Off some units.
That's just going to get shreked against this composition of Sake.
A couple more at the top base here, and oh, this is not looking good.
Yeah, this isn't looking very good for Poppy Joe as the supply is starting to plummet.
Oh, and the micro is happening
right now. And Sake is pushing towards the natural base. Just keeping Poppy Joe back at his 3rd base is going to do extraordinary damage to this natural feature. Decide to focus down this Nexus. He could indeed do that. His DPS is pretty significant right now, and that's in fact what is he going to do. And look at another massive warp going in for Sake here. And this is looking like curtains right now. Even though the supply is largely even, and we've seen Poppy Joe take some pretty spectacular engagements in the past. But I don't know. He has 3 immortals of his own though. Finally, in this engagement. But of course, co-workers now is Poppy Joe, and Poppy Joe's supply is further plummeting as the Adepts are left untouched, as well as the immortals, and that's it. Sake takes the game and the series. Apparently, I think that was the best one. I'm pretty sure, and he moves on to the next round. Good job, good try by Poppy Joe. He put up one heck of a fight, but there
goes our hero.
Yeah, it's too bad. We love Poppy Joe, but.
Watch him as he goes.
But it was a little bit unfortunate. Just he didn't have his own immortals out in time for that engagement. he couldn't really contend with the positioning that Sake had put himself in, and he couldn't capitalize on his economic position he was in. He was in a pretty good economic position himself, but he just couldn't translate that to Army in the right time. It was very good kill instinct. It wasn't even all in either, guys, coming out of Sake. He had a third base going up behind that. It was really, ultimately, it was pressure to keep his third base protected, and it was pressure that Poppy Joe collapsed under. What element?
Little Canadian versus Shorf is happening right now, and we're missing out on it.
Oh no. Shore F or Shorf. I've heard it both ways. All right.
You've said that before already.
Yeah.
I've heard it.
Actually, this bracket isn't even. Well, that's a quote from Psych. I always say that. Anyway, but this bracket is kind of not dated at all, because this still shows Sake and Nefaste, their match happening on the brackets here, and it still says Poppy Joe has yet to face an opponent.
Well, sometimes.
All right, Element just died. So the yeah, if you're gonna say something, Element, complete your thought.
No, it's the best part. The best part is to not complete it.
That doesn't make any sense. Not at all.
Ooh, Wordle past Archangel. I didn't even know Space Marine was in this.
I actually didn't even realize that. How did I miss that? Are you certain? Space Marine? Oh yeah, of course, Space Marine. Never mind, I saw that. Now I remember. Oh, he beat Psycho. Nice.
You know what we haven't seen in a while?
Who?
Oh. He's a man. He's...
Alright, we're not going to talk to Element again, guys. Okay.
Hey, you didn't take the second part. You did not take your part.
I know what you mean. No,
it's too late now. God darn it.
Now I know, but what confused me initially...
Gosh darn it.
Okay, stop for a second. I knew who you were talking about before you even said that, but it confused me because why are you bringing him up now? I already brought him up 10 minutes ago, and you never said anything. So, like, why would you bring him up again? Yeah, Senin, of course. I talked
it's because I wanted to go into
I talked
the glorious intro.
I talked at length about
deserves.
Well, his intro we should leave when we're telling a proper story about him. And where is that guy? That's what I was talking about before.
Exactly. That's the story.
Yeah. Man, I missed that.
That's the proper story.
Oh.
So just sharking around here, trying to get some games. One game.
Triple Helix says Sake without Y. What's that mean? Or is it without the A at the end, or whatever? Is it just sock?
I don't think we ever said a Y there. I don't think
we never said a Y. It was more like an A, so Sake. For sure, it's that. Who knows? Who can even know for sure? Nobody can. That's my answer. It'll never be known. It's one of those great mysteries of life, like the Bermuda Triangle and stuff like that.
Anyone got a game? That's what I say.
All right, so Lil Canadian and Shore F is actually happening right now. They're actually in game.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. All right. Well,
still just
as it said before, Space Marine to defeat Psycho and waits in the quarterfinals. Quarterfinals will be. Quarterfinals are best of 3, so that's when it starts. Nice. Good to know. But round of 16s are still best of 1s. Okay. Now we got that sorted out. Oh, we got Ziggy and Yogo. I don't know any of these guys. Actually, Ziggy I've heard of before, I think, but don't know who Yogo is. That match is happening in the quarterfinals. Or we could wait for the winner of Lumpus and SBR versus Matisse.
I'm trying to get into this Yogo game, but we'll see.
Into the who?
Yogo,
yes.
Any game would be fine.
Well, Yogo, that's already in the quarterfinals. So yeah, and that's a best of 3. We could get into that.
Yeah, Yogo just typed in chat, so there we go. He said, "Okay, I will let you into this game." So I'll just wait until he invites us.
All right. Well, Element
invite when ready, my lord.
Decides that he's busy talking to some players. Guys, this is Go4SC2 number 606, brought to you by ESL and Gauntlet SC2. You can follow Gauntlet Series on Twitter at Gauntlet SC2. Yeah, get notified all things Gauntlet when we go live. Hit up that follow button. Get notified when we do go live on this channel, which will be often. We do a whole lot of events. Gauntlet Season 2 will be starting up fairly soon. No exact date set quite yet, but that'll be known in the very, very short, near future, I should say. And very excited about that. And of course, other events we will be doing that pop up here and there. We've already done a few in the last few weeks. We did the awesome King of the Hill by SC2 Replay Stats event. Just was that a few days ago. I don't even know what day it is right now. It's, what is it, Thursday? Okay, so that was Monday. We did that. And yeah, of course we did the Psystorm 2v2 Cup, and then after the 2v2 Cup, which was just just over a week and some ago, we did the Gauntlet Season 1 Finals, $1,000 Season 1 Finals, which was awesome. Snoot won that. Yeah, a lot of awesome StarCraft, and only more in greater frequency. We'll be doing stuff in the next, starting in the next week or two. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and get all information on that on the Gauntlet Twitter channel, on the Gauntlet Twitter at Gauntlet SC2.
Xeno Weapon says it's actually pronounced sock.
Sock? All right. That's how you
have to leave out the Y.
In the old days, but then I hear, like, I remember WCS EU, like, Todd would say it differently, and then like every caster said it differently, so I never knew what to believe anymore. So I'm just gonna say sock then. How about that?
Yeah, why not?
It's how it looks almost. The E throws me off though.
Forget about the E.
I will forget about the E. All right, so is this game starting up, Element? Or are they?
Well, it's a best of 3. They probably have some vetoes. There he is. He just went into the game, so probably get the invite in a matter of seconds.
All right. It'll be exciting indeed. Another I guess series with players we have not seen before. Not really, anyway. That'll be exciting to see what their playstyles are. Everybody's playstyle is unique to a certain degree, and they bring their own flavor to it, and their own pizzazz, as it were. And definitely, especially these lesser-known players, they're giving it their all, you know, in these events.
Me, Mr. Bobin?
Because it means a lot to them. I mean, to compete in these events, and so you're definitely almost always getting pretty dang exciting games. Very fun to watch. Oh, right. Yeah, it will be Yogo versus Ziggy in the round of 8. We are in the quarterfinals in this Go4SC2 606. A lot of points on the line, of course, to improve players' individual rankings in the Go4SC2 echelons. Guys, I'm Bobby Austin. With me is Element. Joy to be here with you guys. As always, please, if you guys have something to say, even if it's something completely uninteresting. I mean, Element does it all the time during the broadcast, so you can too. But in chat, and so we could read it out. And it'll be interesting. Or I could take a look at it and we could answer it. Or reply to it. Or smile even. One thing or another will happen. Alright. Looks like we're just talking to players. Getting things sorted out. Probably going to the series very shortly. Or a series. We'll see. See what the story is in a second, but yeah, guys, I guess we have a sort of a delay. What is a minute and a half delay, I think, or something like that. So it does take a little bit for us to see or for you to hear our replies to what you guys are talking about in chat, and then all right. Looks like Frost will be the map too. Also, let's talk a little bit about the upcoming StarCraft stuff, additions to what we know as StarCraft anyway. Do we still call it StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void? When will we stop calling it that and just call it StarCraft 2? That's my question. It's like Blizzard has kind of started this rebranding to a certain degree, in big events anyway. If you've noticed in the WCS events, you often don't see the StarCraft Legacy of the Void logo. You just see, generally, it seems to be a white StarCraft 2 logo. And I think that's pretty smart. Just transition over eventually. It's a year after the expansion. They released a couple extra expansions, but some DLC such as the Nova Covert Ops, of course. So, I mean, there's obviously that's a pretty big deal. And I am getting okay. I'll just ignore that. And
Oh boy.
what distracts me when Skype starts beeping in my. Anyway, You speak the E, but not the English E. It says triple helix. Oh. I don't know what that means, but I'll take your word for it. I'll just say sock. Oh, we are in the game. Sweet deals, Element.
Yeah. Boy. Not sure if we saw lobby chat.
Oh, I saw part of it. I was just trying to not read it.
Yeah.
Because I was losing my train of thought when I was reading it.
Dear Lord. But, it's a game. It's a game.
It is.
Anyways, in the top left corner, we have the Yellow Terran player, Ziggy.
Ziggy. Ooh, Terran. Nice. So it is a TVZ. All right, guys. To the northeast side of the map, we have the Red Zerg player. It is a Yogo.
Yep. This is, of course, a best of 3. And this is the first match of the series.
It is. We are in the round of 8 here as we're starting to eventually whittle down this event. This event has actually gone by pretty fast. That being said, we are a little bit ahead of the curve so far in this event, as the previous round is still going on for most players, it seems.
Yeah. A little bit ahead, that's for sure.
Anyway, I was talking about StarCraft, a little bit of the idea of like rebranding and to just StarCraft 2 instead of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void, like going forward with events and stuff. It seems to be almost the way Blizzard is heading, at least for the WCS events and such. Now, like, what happens when, let's say that it's after BlizzCon, like the big huge change happens to Legacy of the Void? When will we stop calling it Legacy of the Void is my question that I pose to everybody. When do we just start calling it StarCraft 2 and then that's it? Because it's the final version. There's no more big changes other than, more DLC stuff.
Well, the thing that I'm hoping is, this revamped Broodlord will come out or whatever, right? If it does. Brood War. Did I say Broodlord?
You said Broodlord, yeah.
Brood War. Which probably should happen because it's a good game. Watching the ASL that happens every week or so, and the finals coming up before the GSL finals, I believe.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
I've actually really enjoyed it. I don't know if that's because I really like watching Tastosis, which I do. I made a joke actually earlier that I'd watched them. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think I said watch them cast into making of bars of soap and stuff like that.
Well, hearing their commentary on that alone is I'd totally tune in.
Yeah. Anyways, got a Reaper in the main base, by the way.
There is.
Just checking things out. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm not sure if it's because of that or because I actually like the games, but the games have been interesting themselves. And I'd like it all to be in the same client, even. If it could, like, you just load up StarCraft and there's StarCraft 2 on one side, StarCraft Brood War on the other. Click into what you want.
Yeah, I've seen that opinion bandied about. I mean, that obviously makes sense. I mean, it's probably going to happen that way. If any implementation happens at all, that's what's going to go on. Now, the debate obviously is, what is Brood War HD? Is it literally just a upscaled version of the old, or with slightly new interface options, or is it a remake in the StarCraft 2 engine? I mean, it could go either way.
So the Overlord that was meant for drops, by the way, just died.
Ooh,
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate for our Red Zerg player Yogo. But either way, he did build quite a few links. Now, what's he going to do with these links? At least he has map control for the time being, though. He keeps a good eye on Ziggy, but Ziggy himself is pumping out Hellions.
3 Hellions at a time, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he knows. I think he's got a little bit of inkling as to what's going on here. I saw that early evolution chamber. Saw the Overlord by his base. Didn't see speed yet with it, but it's enough. Anyway, 6 Hellions, if they do come out, and potentially if Blue Flame gets made even, could be pretty hard to deal with. Make this +1 that he got for melee almost useless.
Yeah, well, we don't often see. I mean, Blue Flame isn't something you see that much, at least in matches that we've
shoots up here. Oh no, it's actually the upgrade for. Wow, is this a healer?
Oh, that's right. It's what Magfield Accelerator.
Yeah, Cyclone upgrade, or whatever.
Yeah. What does it do? Increases the lock-on damage. Deals 400 damage over 14 seconds. Yikers. But that is exactly what he's going. Yeah, healer, one of our heroes that we've casted in the past. What a guy. Man, I miss that guy too. He's a really good Terran player. Focuses on mech, but an alternate mech. It's like Mass Cyclone and Ravens.
Very Cyclone Hellion, I feel like. There won't be any Ravens or anything like that. Cyclone Hellbat even, because we do have the armory coming into play here. Ling drop coming into the main. Hellions might move out at the exact timing this comes in. This could be huge, actually.
Yeah, they are
With the
indeed moving out
Lings,
element, and that
+1 finishing up. Ling's going in. Does he have
but
a
there are 2
Baneless?
Hellions about to pop though, and he could just redirect them.
He catches the rest of the Hellions at the other base. That's nice.
Oh, he gets to
But
surround
he
it.
needs to get a Baneless. He needs a Baneless right now.
Wow, actually, a big
he does have one.
misstep.
He has one. Has a Baneless nest. Getting quite a few worker kills here. 8 already dead. Oh my god. He's gonna just go for a counterattack.
Yeah, it looks
I
like
don't know
it.
about this.
Oh, yeah, I like this. He's gonna elevate her right in towards the main base again of Ziggy.
Well, he
Ziggy
can-
made
he
a
can just
critical
run in.
error element because he had 2 Hellions pop out just as those Lings were heading towards his main mineral line, and he did nothing. He just kept rallying them out towards the other side of the map. Didn't rally them towards
Okay, lots
his own
of
base.
Banelings on the way back at home. Lots of Banelings on the way in the front as well. It's gonna bust this wall, I believe, and attack from 2 sides with the Lings. Oh wow, the workers, they're all on the natural, Bob. The Lings coming in.
Oh, the
Oh my
Banelings!
god, the Banelings!
Oh, Baneling head's going down, but in the other
And
side of the
Banelings
map,
on the other side, Bob.
the other
Can
side
he
of
hit
the
the
map.
Hellbats?
Oh,
There it is.
sick Baneling
He does
hits
what he needs to
again.
do.
Wow,
This
well
game's
played.
over, Bob.
Well played by Yogo. 39 SCVs going down on the Terran side of things. Ziggy, not looking too hot right now, unfortunately.
No, these Lings will clean up the rest of what's over there. And, you know, he's got, what, 5 Hellbats over here? But worker-wise, he's down to 8. They're not mining right now, even.
Yeah.
And this can continue the counterattack. Counterattacks here. I don't know. Is he going to try to macro? At least he's making workers again. I would just pull the workers and go for it at this point. I don't know. I don't know, Bob. Yogo's gonna have to throw down another hatch soon if he wants to keep the pressure up, I believe.
Yeah, he needs to drop that 3rd base, and he's not under any threat anytime soon. At least for the time being. And I don't think he feels that though.
Take down the Cyclone right now. Okay, no, the Lings are.
Oh, too many Hellions.
I mean, the Hellions are there.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna go for a second attack. He's gonna do the exact same thing again. Hope it works. So I don't know. Do you just make a bunch of Banelings back at home and hope you can hold it?
Well, yeah, that's all he needs. I mean, if it just
Well,
turns
he
into
needs to throw down a
Hellbats.
base is what he needs.
Well, that's
making,
true. He's still. I think he's playing it a little bit too quote unquote safe right now. He does have a lot of Queens though elements, so he'll be and potential Banelings. He already has a couple back at home. He could do a lot of.
Baneling drops
his
are going to
defense
be
will be
happening here, actually. That's interesting.
Well, the Baneling drops will get. Yeah, if they could sneak in there, but there's not even that many workers in the main base. He's starting to resaturate with the SCVs. Is Ziggy in right now? Now the 3rd base goes down. Element
Blue
as he
Flame,
starts
by
to
the
spread
way.
creep to at least connect
Flame,
to
by
his
the
3rd
way,
base. His
halfway
defense will be a
down
little
here.
bit better this time, especially if there's a Hellbat push of sorts. He'll be able to crush it that much better with his Lings, or with his Lings and Lings and Banelings, sorry. But now let's look, what upgrades do we have for our Zerg player? We got Lair on the way, which is
He
nice.
has a double drop lined up for when he sees to move it. He's got the Watchtower. He's making a lot of Lings. Gonna have Banelings ready. Baneling speed, I think, is the thing he's gonna get right when this finishes up. The layer, that is. Might go into mutas even, but I think Baneling speed is what he really needs.
Did you say double drop?
Yeah, we have a drop in the... Oh, it just got taken out, I believe.
Just a single drop, I think.
No, there were 2, but it got killed by the Cyclone, I think. That's,
Either way, now this natural or the 3rd base for Yogo is under assault by these Blue
Queens.
Flame Hellions.
He doesn't have to worry.
But without not Hellbat mode, they just need the mobility right now. They're really picking it apart. There's so many Queens here. I don't think Ziggy can do anything.
He might corner himself.
What's he
In
doing?
fact, he's going to.
He's
Banelings-
corralling himself. These Banelings could actually crash in on them if the Queens came in through the other
There we
side.
go.
Even so, he
Nice.
loses some Hellions for nothing.
Yeah. Queen should get in there. Lots of transfuses available. This hatch is under no threat, to be honest. What do we have? Spire on the way. No Baneling speed. I really want to say that Baneling speed, because it looks like there's just going to be a Blue Flame Hellion, second push. Although there's Command Center on the way now, and worker count has gotten to a respectable count for the Terran. How many times have we seen that happen? All the workers die, but 3 CCs get them back in the game. That's just the Terran way.
It is the Terran way. Now we got this Baneling
Baneling
drop.
drop coming in, Bob.
Yeah, it's coming in. Well, no reaction so far.
Oh my god!
there.
Oh,
Back in
just in
time.
time. See, if you had Baneling speed right now, you drop them and they catch up. But actually, there's not a whole lot that shoots up. These Hellions are gonna die. Oh no, we should have just aimed for the Hellions, I think. Okay, gets 3 workers still, but could have got all those Hellions. Hellion run by into the main. Workers going down here, 6, 7, and Blue Flame on these bad boys. So they're ready. Worker count evening up even. Might need to make a couple extras there. Lots of spines. I'm not sure if he needs these, but the muta count, 11 coming out. And what do we have? Just 3 cyclones on this side. Not really enough to cover all the bases at once. Especially can't float out the CC. And is there a... There's the engineering bay. When he ran in there, he did see the spire, so he knows there's something to worry about. Hellions gonna try and get another run by here. Forced to move up. Wow, that blue flame though kills workers so fast. Burrow on the way, by the way, Bob. Something interesting. And lots of mines coming out, widow mines. I think he's gonna set up a bait. Great bait. Jump on top of these cyclones, why don't you? But he's not going to that side.
All right, Element. I actually can hardly hear anything you just said for the last 5 minutes. I don't know why, but Skype seems to be dying or something. But hopefully you can hear.
Oh God, the widow mines! No!
Oh my gosh! Oh, that hurts. Oh my!
Oh, darn, that last shot!
Oh no!
I was like, oh, quite a few lived, and then that last shot killed them. Oh boy, but he's got the overseer. Might be able to jump back in on these. Oh no, that's two cyclones. Probably a bad idea. Taking hatch on the bottom. The question remains though, when can he move out? And it's not yet. To take this third base, doesn't have the ability to cover all the bases if he wants to extend the back of the bases a little bit open. Oh, a baneling, a landmine set up here. That could be interesting. Oh boy. Oh, Bob! Bob! Oh! No!
Oh, so close.
Didn't use it. I don't think he was paying attention. Here we go. This could be interesting. Focus it down the overseer. Perhaps a misclick. Oh, select those banes. That could just change the whole game here. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. Oh, there it was. What are you doing over there, Bob? You alive?
Well, I actually can only hear like 1 word out of every 30 from you, Element. So we'll have to reset Skype after this game, I think, or something, because I can't tell when you're talking or when you're not.
Another mine.
Oh
hit.
man, massive mine hits there, right on another clump of Mutalisks.
Thor, get away! Get away!
So far.
Get away! No!
It still has a slight lead, but it's sort of actually holding out.
Well, all the workers died in the base at the bottom there. Another baneling landmine set up, and there's no scans. Well, there's 1 scan available now, actually. This is one of those mech games where the Terran's just kind of going to be able to claw his way back unless you can. Oh! Why are the bombs not blowing up, Bob? Why? God. The amount of bombs that could have happened but didn't. And I think it might be time to transition into something like Broodlords or Hive Tech or something. Or maybe he just forces his way in here. Actually, he's got this around. Although, A moved and attacked that turret, unfortunately. There it is. GG is not called. I think tanks might have been good there, but perhaps not.
All right, that's pretty insane. Reset Skype now, Element, because I honestly still can't hear you what you're saying.
Yeah, you just stop talking there. I'll reset.
All right, say stuff.
I am saying stuff.
All right, yeah, because that was the worst I've ever heard in my life. Why does Skype do that? I have no idea.
Sounded good on my side.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, yeah, I believe it would. But yeah, now you sound fine. It was like as if there was the worst connection known to mankind happening. So you had to solo cast most of that one because otherwise it'd just be talking over you and I can't tell. So that was an interesting game, to say the least. Considering how many awesome mine hits were actually happened, but he still kept his lead despite all that. A very scrappy game overall. I do like his idea of multi-pronged. Yogo's idea for multi-pronged drops with his overlords, dropper lords, and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I like Ziggy's game plan too. It just that one drop is where it fell apart, where he didn't.
Well, it was the first.
Bring the Hellions back in.
Yeah, it was the first drop.
Hellbats. If those Hellions change into Hellbats and just defend the base, it's over. Like, or that attack's over. I mean, but it did so much more damage than it had any right to do.
Yeah.
Join in on me. Join in on me, Bob.
Okay. Well, I think the main key too was when the when that drop happened. Let's entering lobby. Yeah. So when the main drop happened, the first drop that is, he was building Hellions. 2 Hellions were pumping out at that exact moment. The Lings were on the way to the mineral line of the Terran player, but he rallied the Hellions outside his base, and they go fast. They zoom out past his natural base, and they're gone. Like, he could have easily have defended against those Lings with those Hellions if he just redirected them as they were building. But I guess he's so preoccupied with his Hellbat push at the front, he didn't even notice probably. Either way, that's what set the. It was the beginning of the end for him, and he had a real tough way to try to claw his way back to that game. He had some excellent mine hits though, and which was quite impressive. Devastating on those Mutaflux, that's for sure.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of stuff happening in the chat here too. I guess they talked about the Brood War HD a bit. Talking about if they changed the game in any meaningful way, it might be hard to get them over to that game. Yeah, look a bit nice there, modern aspect ratio. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Tover. Vainly met mines. A damn shame. Anyways, let's jump into this game number 2 here, Bob, and I'll take this away in the top left side. The Zerg player winning game number 1. It is Yogo.
All right, and to the south, we have the yellow Terran player. It is Ziggy.
Yeah, let's take it down here. But we see a little move out here with 1 SCV. Going to an awkward position.
Yeah, man, I think he's up to no good. He's gonna get gas. Come on, it's gonna be Proxy Reaper. Proxy 3-Rax Reaper even, probably. Make it happen.
There's the 1 Rax. Remember, this is the exact spot, and the Overlord's on the way, by the way. Oh no, he's gonna slightly miss it. Because the rally is gonna go through the middle here. This is the spot where I threw my Overlord accidentally. Maybe just a little bit north of this, even. Up here somewhere. And the guy just absolutely blew up. So 2 racks now going to be created here. And yeah, you were right, 3-Rax Reaper on the way. And because it's such a long map, you never get the scout there in time, Overlord-wise. So unless he changes the route of this Overlord a little bit lower, he's not going to know it.
Oh,
he did go
so close
early.
Though.
He did go early gas last time. And actually, already has the gas right now in mining, so he'll have speedlings. And maybe he can survive this. But we'll have to see. Double gas on the way already, and the 3 racks are down. Reaper protection on the way as well. So, yeah, we're going to see it.
Every Zerg player reacts differently to 3-Rax Reaper. I always find it interesting to see how each player decides to go about it. Some drop down a Roach Warren immediately as soon as they know something's up. Others will just stick with speed or focus on spines and queens.
Is he going to see the worker? Oh, no, he doesn't see it. He sees the Reaper, though. He saw the Reaper.
Okay, well, that's normal, though, right now, I think. He only saw the 1 Reaper, and that's all there is right now up that end. Now, there's a second one to join him very shortly. Now, the worst scenario for the Zerg player is finding out when there's already, like, 2 or 3 Reapers in your base. Once you see 2, and at this time, you know something's up. But you don't know for sure. Could be anything. But
I mean, he's got double queen already. Spore going down. I guess I would just save the Reaper, actually. And speed on the way. It's already more than halfway done. So if you can catch a good number of these Reapers early on with speed and kill them, you can shut down a lot of the power of this push. And in fact, he's going to get this Reaper. It's dead. It's a queen. No, the other queen didn't move up. No.
Oh, that's so close. All right, so now we got about 4 Reapers here available for Ziggy. He's going to run up the ramp, but met with some Lings. These Lings will get picked apart very shortly as they are spread apart, and off creep speed is not only now just being researched for Yogo, as a pretty good micro from Ziggy is going to focus down this queen immediately. The queen goes down.
Whoa.
Ooh, throwing down the KDA charges on top of the larva.
His speed? He did cancel his speed.
Oh,
speed was halfway done.
Was it really? Oh, I didn't even realize that. So why would he cancel speed? Oh, a little bit of an underestimation perhaps from Yogo, and he's going to pay the price for it, as most of his Lings are getting evaporated by the KDA charges and DPS of these Reapers. The Queens are really low in health too. More Lings joining in the fray, but these Queens are so low in health they cannot engage any further. And there's no more
Almost
Queens.
has the transfuse ready, but not yet.
It's
1 second away.
Okay, he does.
Oh, he didn't get it.
So close. He does another Queen that pops out, but he has no more Queens in production, which he could have. He could afford it. especially from his natural base. But instead, he's going to lose his final queen.
Well, he's waiting for the roaches, I think, which is coming out now. Using that money for that.
Yeah, but he has nothing left to defend his economy, though. There's one queen's dead.
Oh.
So he has, what, 4 lings to defend against these multiple Reapers, more joining in the fray. This is going to be pretty tough. Even with roaches, KDA charges can blast them apart, make them fly in the sky and completely useless for the time being. Now the one roach is going to get focused on so fast by these Reapers, and it's dead. There it goes. KDA charge finishes the job.
His workers, I think, when he had the slight surround almost.
Yeah, still excellent micro. Just losing a couple Reapers so far is Ziggy, but doing his best to keep the most cost-effective, engagements possible.
This one's over.
Yeah, the rest of the roaches fall, and that's it.
God, that speed cancel. I mean, he. Oh wow, almost got the workers surround.
Yeah,
but even if he did, it would have cost him his entire.
And he could just KDA charge the whole space there and got himself out of it.
So speed's now done. But worker counts obviously hugely in favor of the Terran. Terran has the CC down. Even if he survives this, he's in a bad position, and I don't think he will survive it.
Yeah, GG, I guess. Oh, well, Ziggy takes game 2 in this best of 3. Go4SC2, 606.
I'm gonna need chat to confirm that I wasn't crazy there. And that speed was halfway done. I remember even talking about it. And then you mentioned speed just starts up now, and I was like, what? Oh, because that would have changed the entire game there.
All right. Yeah, so well played by Ziggy. I think overall, a 3-Rax Reaper, it's a good build. It's hard for a Zerg to deal with, especially when he didn't scout it. He didn't scout it at all, not even an inkling of what was truly going on. And I think a couple adjustments to his opener there, I think, or just to his reaction rather, I think Yogo could have handled it, but it was not meant to be, not in that game. Either way, it's tied up 1-1 in this best 3. We'll be going to game 3 right away.
Yep, that is correct. And I'm not sure if he's gonna go on tilt there. Seemed not too upset about it at the end. GG, I guess.
Yep. All right, what's chat say here? Oh, Fortress is saying something. Let's take a look.
Joining on me, Bob.
All right.
Gotta be hasty for these types of situations.
All right. Enter in the lobby. Fortress says it would be nice if they could make ladder a permanent thing for balanced test mods. I think that's the idea, actually. With this, the balanced test map that they're doing, I think it's implemented for balanced test maps in general. That's the gist of it that I got, anyway.
Yeah.
And it's not taking too long to implement this one. I mean, this is the first time they're implementing it in general, and I think it'll just be easy to implement it always from now into the future. Considering this test map, it's like as long as a beta doing this test map, it'll last until BlizzCon. I mean, as long as some betas anyway. It'll be a few months, so I think they have time. It'll be released probably in a couple weeks anyway. I think they're doing okay with that. All right.
Anyways, let's jump into this game here, Bob. Before you start introducing the players, I just want to type one thing out. All right. Take it away, Bob.
All right, to the north, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Yogo.
Good stuff. Oh, you want me to do the bottom one? Okay. And in the bottom left corner, we have Ziggy.
Look, sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. You give no indication otherwise.
If I start it, then I'm in on it. And otherwise, I let you do them both.
All right.
Yeah. That worker almost got the SCV there. Did Yogo's, and this time he makes sure, of course, the scout. Oh, he's gonna get it. Oh no, he didn't get it. Oh, it just got
still
into
on
the
the
gas.
hunt though.
Yeah. That's funny. But yeah, so he scouts this time, make sure there's no shenanigans coming up. And this is I at least like this map as a Zerg player. I need to mech. I'm not too sure how it would go. I never actually don't think I've ever faced a mech player on this map. But against Bio, I like it. Just gotta make sure to break down the rocks early on, especially to the north there.
What's your style of build that you like to utilize? Roach Ravager on this map?
Since the Liberator nerf, I've actually been doing a lot of Bling Bling Muta again. Just because, well, you have to get that macro hatch. I'm not true. I don't have that kind of... Somehow he just makes enough lings off of no macro hatches. But, yeah, it seems to be working pretty well for me. With the meters again.
Interesting. All right, so we have Command Center going down for Ziggy as he's looking to expand off of this. We got the natural base for Yogo finished, complete, and he's going to start drawing it up very shortly. Roach Warren going down. A nice quick Roach Warren, too, from Yogo. Not going to take any chances here of any sort of early Hellion timings of sorts. And Roach Warren, I think, more for safety than anything else. Although I'd be pretty surprised if he decides to get aggressive.
He's got a lot of gas, Bob.
He does, though, I know.
I expect this to be used for perhaps just a couple Ravages out there. Get them up front. Maybe shell away at some stuff.
That'd be interesting. Off 2 bases, not even fully saturated natural base. We could very well see that. We do indeed have some roaches on the way.
I mean, he's definitely not getting that much gas for nothing.
Yeah, that's true. That is floating a lot of...
It's not Zerg.
I mean, it's only off of 1 gas, but he's keeping it. He's not spending on anything else. And
oh, nice micro.
Not even Ling's. Well, he skipped Ling's speed. That's the main reason why he's sticking with.
2 roaches are gonna pop out right here, though. Although the Reaper does not see it. There we go. Use the other ones to kill it. Kill it. Kill it.
Oh, I thought that worker is going on that.
Yeah, I know. He had the opportunity. That's for sure.
It's like screw this. Not making an extractor. Go.
More workers coming out now. Layer on the way. Spore finished. That was a mistake, I believe. The 2 roaches up front are going to go ahead and turn into Ravagers, I believe. And the Overlord here is going to grant vision to the top. Oh, no, he's going to pull it back even. Oh, just going up just a couple of roaches, hey?
Yep.
Interesting.
Nothing too fancy by the seems of just poke into a couple of roaches. There are quite a few Marines, though, available to Ziggy. This is pretty risky. You could, if you're not paying attention, which he is
speed,
not paying attention, element, you could lose both these roaches for nothing. And then the 2 more follow-up roaches for what? And the initial 2 just got murdered. If there was 4, that would be okay. But now there's more Marines joining in the fray. I mean, Stim isn't done yet. It's about a third of the way done. But he just lost 2 roaches and almost a third one for nothing.
Yeah. I'm not sure why he didn't turn those into Ravagers. Because then you have the range and the speed. You can actually do some type of micro. And it felt like that was his plan, but maybe once it got scouted, he just said, oh, you know what, probably not the best idea anymore.
Oh, even worse, he's going to lose an Overlord yet, too? This is actually a devastatingly bad opening so far for
Yeah, it's falling apart here quite heavy and quite fast.
Yeah.
And making 4 Overlords at a time because he's so hard to supply block. These roaches are going to die. No. Okay, there we go. Start walking. But now another Overlord's in the path of destruction. Get out of the way, Overlord. Anyways, this drop play that's happening right here is why I like opening Spire. Without the 4 roaches.
Either way, what he does have going for him, Yogo does have his lair complete. We got Roach Speed about a quarter of the way done and a Spire about to finish. Now, he is floating some gas, but not that much
He's going to die here, Bob. He's just going to die.
You think he's going to die with this Marine medevac push?
Well, and the tanks.
Well, the tanks that are... Oh, yeah, they're there. There's the medank.
Yeah, he's just going to die.
As the follow-up. Yeah, what does he have to deal with this? He has a handful
as
of
long
roaches,
as Yogo went.
A couple queens. He is consolidating his forces down at his natural base, but again...
Yogo's giving him a little bit of time, actually.
Okay, he needs to wait. He needs these roaches to pop, but it's going to be pretty tough to hold on to this base.
He needs to pull the workers for a couple seconds.
Yeah, he needs to pull these workers indeed. These roaches, as soon as these roaches pop, though, he needs to make sure they're rallied outwards to try to push away this tank and these Marines. But he's losing so many of his roaches, and the roaches all do go down. Supply now in the lead for Ziggy. Ziggy has dealt with this, or has really had a strong opening here, and I guess overall it kind of Yogo handed it to him on a platter right in his own opening. So it wasn't just Ziggy's aggression; it was Yogo's misplaced aggression that really put him in this position, unfortunately. And yeah, that could very well be game elements. I mean, this.
Yeah, I mean he'll live, but
yeah,
3 CCs.
Well, I mean, yeah, then he could just micro this medank until the end of time, pretty much. With only
there's
one
a couple
queen
meters
here.
coming out, but yeah, when that roach play got scouted, is when it all went bad, basically.
Well, no, not really. The scouting of the roach wasn't the problem. I mean, because the Terran player didn't react any differently. He was already producing Marines by that point. So the problem with the roach play was how it was implemented.
Well, no, he didn't commit to the roach play after it was scouted.
Yeah. Oh, you mean he didn't commit to it? Well, I mean, who knows? It was a weird opener anyway. Off 2 base, not fully saturated. I don't see many roach play builds because I know you're talking about the Ravagers, but he could have still went with Ravagers. That's less of a commitment than losing your roaches on purpose, it seems. Because you would have kept those Ravagers alive more likely than just 2 roaches to the death. A little bit unfortunate, but got to give credit where credit is due to the Terran player for just playing a solid game off 2 base, not taking too many risks. Interesting, though, he's using a lot of his call down supply, or a couple so far anyway. Not sure if that's by design or not. Usually is by not design.
Yeah.
But who knows, man? This game, it's still looking pretty tough for our Zerg buddy here, Yogo, but who knows, man? Pull off a miracle. He's still Zerg. He's getting his 3rd base. If that goes up, he starts mining from it. Without any further pressure from the Terran player, he could indeed come back from this game.
He's doing as much as he can with these 2 midas he has out.
Yeah.
But, oh god. Okay. Yeah, once the 3rd base lands, the income is just going to skyrocket here for Terran. And he's making a lot of roaches. Got Burrow on the way. Got +1 armor. Maybe if he gets a surprise attack off and then quickly counterattacks, he makes something work. But it's just so many Marines. And no upgrades. So the armor will actually be fairly effective if it does get done. But I don't know if he's going to have time to get it done. And he wants to burrow in the middle of the map here, but he's going to be scouted? No. And the Changeling sees him come in, so a nice surround could happen here. Oh no, no, get these roaches back. What are you doing?
Oh, he's trying to catch up some of these reinforcements, but in the end, he kind of gives away the positioning of his army, though. And now the tanks do go down. They will create a little bit of a no-go zone here for these roaches. There's not enough roaches to create an effective surround, especially with 2 siege tanks. What does a surround even mean, Element, when there's siege tanks shelling from all directions?
Oh god, you gotta move in.
And now,
oh no!
A Liberator spreading some freedom on top of this ramp, so now the forces from behind can't come in effectively. And this base is going to be evaporated immediately, and whatever forces that Yogo has from his main base are coming in to consolidate with the rest of his army. He will get a nice little surround on this Bioforce and crushes through it.
Okay, well, here's his chance. He's got to go.
He has no other opportunity here as he's...
Yes, send the workers to the other base, but don't remake and go, go, go.
Exactly. He can't afford to wait for his natural base to come back up. He needs to take this army advantage that he has and go with it.
Is finished. Liberator goes and sieges that zone. Are those 2 mitas still alive, or did they die?
I think they died in that engagement.
I thought he had a spore.
Well, he has 2 more on the way, though, and they just popped out.
Well, this is the battle right here, anyways, in the front.
Oh, he walks right underneath the freedom zones, gets picked. Some of his units get immediately picked apart by the Liberator. And yeah, he knows for sure he can't run up here, especially with... There's still Medanks on the field here. In fact, 3, if I see that correctly. Yeah, there are 3.
Oh, here we go, Bob. The burrow play.
Okay.
This is it.
Oh, if the tanks are out of position, this could be devastating. This is his opportunity.
Oh, okay, so he's got armor on the roaches.
Oh, some of those Marines weren't even attacking either. Because they were
they were just
moving.
Wow. Point.
Again, that's the best possible engagement.
Army value is 72 to 54 right now. Those Medanks still pose a threat. There is some mutas on the map now, I believe. 6? Or maybe just 3. I guess he lost the first 2. He's got to push right now, though. There's like no other timing.
Yeah, you can't wait for the army, the support army of these tanks and Liberators to go up, and especially with the Liberator count rising. They can start spreading their freedom zones, and there's nothing he could do to... He has nothing to shoot up. He's not even focusing on getting any...
All the Liberators have moved out right now. Now is the point to attack. You're going to lose some on the way up. That's for certain. But, you know, if you can break it, maybe.
Yeah, there's a hope and a prayer here. That's all he has, and it could be tough enough as it is breaking up this round, as he did say. But in the end, it could very well be worth it because he can't wait. I mean, he's not getting his 3rd base up or his natural back up. Now, Liberators are going to be sieging up the 1 mining base he effectively has left. And to what end? How is he going to clean this up? Like with 2 Mutalisks? How long is this going to take? One of these guys is going to siege and start shelling away at these Mutalisks too. And so it's a really, really tough position. It looks like Yogo's trying to aim for a multi-pronged attack, trying to pick apart these rocks towards the east, but it's scanned and spotted by Ziggy.
Gets the Liberators. I don't know what the game plan is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
If it's not go, 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 you know, make 8 Ravagers right now. And go, go, go.
Yeah, because even the army back at home for Ziggy isn't that impressive. He does have a couple Liberators, but that could siege up at any time, too, as they are not...
It was a handful of tanks and, like, 3 Marines at one point or something.
Yeah, I know. Now the Marine and Marauder count is starting to rise. And his army... And that's the thing to consider, too. The army count for Yogo really hasn't risen all that much, either. It's risen up somewhat.
It's even now.
Yeah.
Where it was, like, double the army supplier.
Exactly. So whatever advantage he has, he could not hope to have kept it. So he can only fall further behind. Again, we see everything. He does not. He may not.
Burrow movement. That's what he's waiting for. But there's a turret at the front.
Yeah. And this is obvious too. Like, you'd expect there to be a turret since you're ready to give away Burrow.
Yeah. Hmm.
It's a pretty tough position for the Blue Zerg player.
That's for sure.
Yogo, though, playing out of his mind, though, to try to come back in this game after some missteps in the initial stages of this game. So much respect to him for pretty smart engagements. Like that engagement with when those Marines and Medanks were moving out. Medanks were way off to ahead of the rest of the army, and they walk right over the burrowed roaches. Beautiful, beautiful play. Good.
Okay, here's
planet.
his chance. The bio's out of position. If you can get into these tanks right now, go.
That is so much
go,
bio, though, Element.
Go. It is, and it now has +1 attack and armor. They're even on upgrades now where he had an advantage beforehand. Go.
Yogo, come on,
The
go.
thing is, he could make a whole bunch of Ravagers, too. Have them fall behind the burrowed army. And, you land a couple bios here and there, and you got a chance. Okay, he's going to Sharken through the back? I suppose.
Yeah, I guess that's one way of doing it, but you have
But,
to
like, every second he waits, like, he's got 25 workers right now. That's not affording him a larger army.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, what is he possibly waiting for? I know he's building a couple more roaches back at home. We can see them pulling them up, but to what end? What are they supposed to do?
Yeah.
Keep you alive on your 2 bases that you haven't even retaken your 3rd base?
He's done a heck of a job coming back into this game.
Absolutely.
But the opportunity that he created for himself is very quickly, and perhaps even almost already,
Deteriorated.
gone.
Yeah. Either way, he's going to try to make something happen towards this natural base of
Here we go,
Ziggy.
coming in.
Ziggy's army is
Is the
way out of
roach
position,
push.
but to what end? I mean, these
Didn't
tanks
use the
alone are
burrow.
putting some damage
And
already.
this might actually just be...
Yeah, that's pretty much the game. The rest of this bio and tanks will clean up the rest of these roaches. That's it. Massive GGs are out. And Ziggy takes the game and the series and moves on.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well played by Yogo overall, though. A very exciting player, to say the least. Cool guy. And, best of luck to him in the future. And I think he'll look back at those games and realize, yeah, I made a couple mistakes. Shouldn't have done that. And it's considering how well his follow-up was, like how it almost turned the tides of the game. I think he'll take a lot of encouragement from that, hey, if he didn't have that huge misstep that set him so far behind, he could have actually taken that game, the series, as well. But either way, that means we'll be moving on to the next round. This is the Go4SC2 606, brought to you by ESL and, of course, Gauntlet SC2. You can follow the Gauntlet series on Twitter at Gauntlet SC2. Check out the website, gauntletesports.com. I'm Bobby Austin, with me is Element. And I'm gonna hit refresh on this bracket to see what is going down. That series went for a bit. All right, so Sock versus Lilkinen, Immortal Pass versus Space Marine. Ziggy defeated Yogo, so that means Ziggy moves on to face Matiz in the semifinals rather. And so that's the first semifinals matchup. So that means Lilkinen and Sock are still is probably happening as we speak. And Immortal Pass versus Space Marine as well. I don't know if they're in the middle of their series or if they just got into them, as they were behind in the brackets from where we were. But Element will figure that out right away. I'm going to take a gander at chat, see what's going on, and see what's up. All right. C-Tone is in chat. He says, it really bothered me that they made changes to the test map before the matchmaker got implemented. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't bother me because the changes they made were pretty necessary, I think, to a certain degree. I think from what we know of in Legacy of the Void currently and to what was seen in games already, I'm sure through their data as well in that test map, I mean, it's no different than having the changes that were already tested. I mean, all they did was really... what did they really change in addition, I should say? They did the Adept Shade Vision was reduced from 9 to 2, and then they extended the Hyperflight Rotors research time of the Banshee. I think that's the only 2 changes, unless I'm missing something. It's the only 2 I remember anyway. Those aren't like the biggest of changes, and I think, especially with the Hyperflight Rotors, necessary change, considering it's no longer required, the fusion core is no longer required for its research, so extended its research time only makes sense. And the Adept Vision range for the Shade, that, to me, I don't know what the point is, but it's going to be more annoying than anything else. But it's largely inconsequential. It's just more annoying for the Protoss player. Like, it means nothing to the other players, mostly. I guess they could hide stuff better, but whatever. Anyway, moving on. Balance says, I'm just hoping they use the matchmaker for the StarCraft mod. Oh man, I can't wait for the StarCraft mod, man. That looks so fun. StarCraft is so awesome. Yeah, chat just talked about the Carbots mod, how far along it is. Yeah, it seems to be well underway. I'm really stoked to play it, just for I mean, the amount of fun, and not only that, but just the originality of it. It's worthy of paying attention to, worthy of playing. And speaking of which, we're talking about mods and whatnot. In the StarCraft 2 arcade, I actually haven't started playing yet. I played like the alpha back in the day. Can't believe it. Like the open alpha, like happened like 3 years ago or something for Star Trek. Star Trek. Oh my gosh, StarCraft Universe, and the StarCraft Universe arcade MMO/RPG adventure game. Cannot wait. I haven't had really time to play it yet, but I remember years ago. I was watching the stream and I got to play this boss battle thing. That was like their test alpha, if I remember correctly. It's been so long, and what a cool thing to see how long it's come over, like a legit 5 years development time. It's incredible. You could go to their YouTube page, with Upheaval Arts YouTube page, which is their developer name, and you can see the videos of like their footage of different cutscenes, and then also their first boss battle test from like 3 years ago up to 5 years ago. Like it's been around a long time. They've been working on it so hard, and what a treat. And I just hope a lot of people play it. They deserve it. So much work has gone into it. It's unfathomable how much work they put into it. And they got voiceover actors to do voiceovers for the characters in game. They have original orchestrated soundtrack, like a composed soundtrack for it. An original story. It's so much original stuff put into it. It's a legit game in and of itself, and I think everybody should check it out in the StarCraft 2 arcade, or just the arcade. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna get on that as soon as I have a moment. Maybe even today I'll hop on it. Just to it deserves to be played by everybody who's ever been a fan of StarCraft, I think. So anyway, let's see what else is happening in chat. C-Tone says the shade vision is a big change. Yeah, for scouting, yeah, Protoss, it does. I mean, it's a 2 range. You have to be on top of something to see it. This is true. But at the same time, I can see why they did it. I mean, shade, it costs nothing to do, really, as long as it's used properly. So it's like a free scout in most situations, especially against a Zerg player. So so forcing them to use it more liberally, to make sure they get full coverage of a base, for example, it forces the commitment a little bit more of the adept. I could see why why it makes sense. I personally, I mean, I play Zerg. I don't care either way. But if I was Protoss, I think it'd just be more annoying than actually anything. It's just it's one of those annoying nerfs that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But I get why they're doing it. So I don't know, I'm torn in a way. It's not a big game changer in my opinion. It just means they have to be more liberal and more thorough in their adept scouting. Oh yes, of course. Balance said they removed the Infestor Deep Tunnel ability. That's right. They gave their reasoning for that. I have no opinion on that one either way as well. I thought it was a cool ability, but it did have. I mean, if they could already cast their abilities while burrowing underground, and then you have.
The thing that I'm gonna jump in here, Bob.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut you right off. The thing that I thought was cool, or would have been cool, is you burrow, you shark over there. You could even unburrow at this point. Lay off all your fungals or your infested Terrans, and then deep dive back home, or whatever. Right? That would have been pretty cool to me.
Yeah.
Basically, get a jail free card. Although this one,
like
the way it is
or
this
recall.
way, yeah, basically like a recall, but just for the individual units there. But yeah.
All right, but yeah, it looks like we are just waiting for the next series to, I guess, so we're nearing the end-ish. We're already in the quarterfinals / semifinals, in fact. Looks like the quarterfinals are finishing up. We're just waiting on one series. Lilkinen and Sock are going on right now. Winner of that will face Space Marine in the semifinals. The semifinals will be Matiz and Ziggy. That will be going under soon. And Element's just... What's going on, Element? Are we waiting for the Lilkinen series, or Lilkinen Sock series to finish, or what?
Well, we're either going to take that one, Space Marine Lilkinen, or we're going to do the Ziggy...
Wait,
Matiz
Lilkinen
one.
defeated Zoc?
There's I think so. I think that's what they're saying.
The brackets haven't updated yet, so.
In the chat, I think that's what they're saying.
Okay. So yeah, well, those are the only 2 series left. It's either Lil Kanin then, if he indeed did defeat Sock, oh my god, and against Space Marine, or Ziggy and Matiz. I could be saying that wrong too, but story of our lives, part of the adventure, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Just trying to figure this out.
Okay. So as Element figures it out, let's talk more about other things in StarCraft. I did mention earlier about how Alarak will be introduced into the co-op mode in StarCraft. Also in Hearthstone, I did mention I played Alarak in the PTR. He's available. You could test him out, try him out. I like some of his abilities. Pretty cool. I think they could have made them a little bit more flashy, to be honest, because I mean, in the campaign, in Legacy of the Void, his abilities are quite cool to look at, and even in the co-op mode, his abilities are pretty cool. I think they could have made them a little bit more dynamic. That's from a visual standpoint. That's just my nerdisms coming out, but I think they could have made him a little bit more flashy in that sense. For the observer, from a fan of esports and stuff, I think he could be a really dynamic character. He looks cool though. Like the model is amazing in Heroes of the Storm. I'm not a big fan of his abilities so far. I'll have to play more. Again, I'll have to play an actual game of Heroes to determine if I actually like him or not. I just tested him out against like the AI test mode that you could test out units with. So we'll see when he's actually released how it pans out, because I want to love him. I want to use Alarak. In fact, it's like the guy I want to use him and like Artanis only. I love Artanis in Heroes of the Storm, but that's how it is. Anyway, stoked just to have Alarak in these different games to have, because he's such a great character in Legacy of the Void. My favorite character in, I think, all of StarCraft. Something about him, and then also being voiced by John Delancey in the game definitely adds a lot too. A big fan of him and his work as Q in Star Trek. So, but yes, guys, we're just waiting for the next series to happen. Looks like the one series in the semifinals or quarterfinals had just finished. Lil Kanin versus Zoc. So Lil Kanin and Space Marine will be facing each other. Ziggy and Matiz will be the other series in the semifinals to determine who will make it to the finals. Okay, refreshing this bracket again, see if still hasn't reflected that series. We'll find out shortly, as Element is tinkering away, talking to players and figuring stuff out. At least I hope so. Otherwise, he could be asleep right now. Yeah, Element, you're there.
Doing stuff.
Oh, yeah, he's there, just making sure he's alive. And in the meantime, I'll just look at chat again. Yeah, guys, we definitely enjoy chat and reading what you guys have to say. Again with this Topher doll. He loves chat. He really loves us. It's just funny because the way I hear that, it's just like, I hear it the way it sounds. The way it's just so funny.
He most certainly does not like anybody.
He loves
In fact, he hates everybody.
He loves chat. It's like he gets some sort of vindication or something, you know? An affirmation of sorts that I love you guys. Yeah, I do. Good times.
Huh, what's this? Kick your streaming into overdrive with 2 new voice packs. Alarak? Huh.
Wait, what?
New voice packs.
Voice packs? When? Where are you reading it?
Oh,
Right now,
hold on. They're for Twitch. They're for Twitch, though.
I don't understand. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, it does.
A voice pack
subscriber, follower, resubscriber, host, tips.
Oh, that? How does that work?
Let's play one and see what it sounds like. Oh wait, they all say invalid source. Seems to be broken right now. Unless I downloaded the pack, which I'm not going to do right now.
Interesting. Also, C-Tone in chat says, I mean, they announced the matchmaker, but changed the adept scouting without GM data doesn't make sense to me. Well, it could have been one of those changes that they had thought about implementing. I mean, it's no difference between implementing it now and then implementing it in the beginning of this test patch, test map patch to begin with. For all we know, it was something they had planned on doing, but then decided we'll wait for a bit, and then they decided to implement it afterwards. Because it's not like a major change. It's not like they revamped the Thor or something in their next in the middle of this patch setup before actual true data comes in. But they could have definitely had the reasons behind the scenes, and that they didn't announce it initially and decided to implement it later on. Maybe they just had to wait and see a bit before it convinced them to make that change. Who knows? Who knows, man? It's all part of the deal, I guess. It's all interesting, though. I like it. The fact that they're willing to do these changes, though. I mean, and it's a test map. There's not really a lot along the line. It's the reason why it's going on for months. They even, I think, specifically said we'll throw changes here and there, and if they, just randomly, just to see how they feel, get a little bit more data what they need, and then go from there. It's not like they're not fine tuning the balance right now. They're actually they're focusing on large changes at the moment, which I think is wonderful to see. It's historically not something Blizzard did in the early days of StarCraft 2. Over the last couple years is something that they've really stepped up on, especially in the last year and a half. And I got to give them respect for that. Willingness to make changes, contrary to some popular streamers out there. Blizzard does care. And it seems. I mean, they clearly showed it.
What?
Clearly are. What, Element? What are you saying?
I said what?
What?
That's what's in chat. Triple Helix saying what?
Oh, what? What? Well, yeah, what? Interesting. Anyway, I really don't know what Element talks about half the time. I still don't know what you're talking about. Twitch voice packs for like Alarak? Where are you reading this?
Go on Reddit, man. Come on.
Oh, I'm not on Reddit. I'm in StarCraft right now only. I'm not looking at any other websites or anything like that while I'm talking to the people. Element. Why? Because the people.
I'll post it in the chat.
Because the people matter to me. I'm gonna go to Reddit. What am I talking about? Let's check this out. Kick your stream into audio overdrive with 2 new voice packs. That's what it means. Man, you could have said that, Element. Jeez. Rather than your broken statements. Okay. Computer person is there. Okay. We're excited to unveil 2 StarCraft-themed voice packs that were created specifically for streamers who want to add a little more flavor from the Caprulu sector to their broadcasts. Join forces with Alarak or open a comlink with your very own Terran adjutant to get notifications about new followers, subscribers, hosts, and more. You can preview individual sound files below or click the download buttons to grab everything you'll need to kick your broadcast into audio overdrive. Alarak, even the High Lord of the Tal'Darim, tires of ordering around his underlings on the Chain of Ascension. From time to time, in an effort to sate his desire for entertainment, Alarak has decided to strike a bargain with you. Yield to his authority as your new High Lord, and together you will grow an army of loyal an audience like the likes of which you've never seen, so long as he deems your partnership amusing, of course. And then there's a bunch of sound stuff too, which I cannot wait to check out. Terran Adjutant. Every Terran commander who's worth their salt understands the value that a faithful adjutant brings to any dust-ups that may arise in the Caprulu sector. An adjutant's ever-present gaze over the field of battle offers a strategic edge and helps command keep their troops in line. Who knows? Deploying one of your own might just save your life when it all hits the fan. Download the Adjutant voice packs to start receiving up-to-the-minute notifications about viewers' actions during your broadcasts. And then it says leave a comment below to know which voice pack you're planning to try out first, and we hope you have a blast next time. Hit that start streaming button. That is the post that Blizzard has posted here on it's on the Heroes of the Storm forum. So, but I guess you could probably use that for anything, but either way, pretty rad. I like that. Alarak, I mean, I don't understand the Terran. I guess Terran Adjutant, yeah, I get it, because that's the normal Terran voice you always hear when you're playing Terran anyway. But Alarak, that's just rad. I mean, who wouldn't always use Alarak? Let's be real, folks. It's always going to be Alarak. No other way. It's just my point of view, I suppose. Anyway, so Element is still busy tinkering away. I think I wonder if the bracket has been reset yet. Oh, not reset, refreshed. It has not been. So I think Lilkin and Sock, it must still be happening, Element, right?
I guess so. But the Viking TV guys, I thought they were in that one, but perhaps they were not.
Yeah, maybe not, because either way, it still has not been refreshed on the brackets. So I think we're just waiting for that one. We might go into that series. The other series is Matiz and Ziggy. I don't know if it's underway or not, but it's likely we'll go into the winner of Lilkin, Sock, and the winner of that will head off against Space Marine. So we're just waiting on that. Might be going a little bit longer than expected. Who even knows? We'll find out shortly. But yes, pretty exciting. As I say before, hit that follow button, get notified when we go live. Every single Thursday is our goal, barring crazy circumstances like breaking feet. And then we will be on doing Go4SC2. Of course, we'll also be doing the Monday Night Gauntlet Season 2. Or just Gauntlet Season 2, I guess, not necessarily Monday, depending on how our schedule stuff lines up. But Gauntlet Season 2 will be happening in the very near future. More information will be released shortly, just ironing out dates and stuff like that. It's pretty exciting. It's going to be definitely an awesome format we have going on. And also, because of the modified format, we'll be going on more often. So you'll see us on this channel far more, which should bring some of you joy, others tears. And I'm okay with both. And so, yeah, we'll be here often. So hit up that follow button, get notified when we go live. Also on Twitter, @GauntletSC2. Follow the whole series there. All right, what else is happening in chat, guys? Let's see. Let me take a look. I can't wait to... I don't have, like... I only have, like... I guess I could listen to the audio now. You guys won't hear it because I'm not running the streaming computer stuff. But I just want to... I want to hear Alarak talk to me. Yes! It's amazing! Oh, Alarak is amazing. Oh man, I can't wait. I just listened to the new follow options. Holy cow. Gives me nerd chills. Nerd chills, guys. Alright, are you negotiating the peace treaty or something, Element?
I'm throwing in the... Oh wait, Matisse just finished his game. You're right, hold on. I was throwing in the white flag, but looks like perhaps...
Alright, Element again trails off his thoughts, as to be expected. He's typing to players there, seeing what's going on for our next series. Because we're nearing the end, where actually the semi-finals should be forming up here. I'm just waiting for the status of Sock and Lilkin in here.
Keep talking, Bob. Tell these people a story. Story of yore.
Here's Element. I told a lot of stories today, Element. Do you have any? That's a question. Element can't talk.
Maybe we can switch. We can switch, Bob, if you want to be the one getting the players.
I know. I'm saying,
do that.
But I have no more stories to tell. I guess I could. That's a lie. I'm being modest. What am I saying? I have so many stories to tell. Ever tell you about the guy at the time I set myself on fire? I don't think I ever told you guys that. I'm not gonna tell it now either. But that's a story for another day. But yes, I set myself on fire once. It was definitely an experience, to say the least. And no, it wasn't under the supervision of professionals. In chat, Fortress is talking to Tone. So when the ladder is available, how do you think MMR will be determined? Oh, well, the technical stuff. Or do you think it'll be a standalone, a balanced mod? Thing is, I don't remember. Did they ever? If they said it was matchmaking, I don't remember them ever saying it was ladder. Like there's actually be rankings, like visible rankings. I just remember it was a matchmaker, kind of like in the idea I got from, unless I missed something, it's just completely possible. But my idea from when I read their notes on it, it would be like matchmaking in co-op mode. I mean, you just click search for suitable opponent and just kind of does it like that in a way.
Yeah, it would be odd though, because if you want, you know, useful insight into what these changes do, you kind of need an opponent of similar skill.
Well, that's what matchmaking is. It's not matchmaking you with just.
Well, yeah, but you're no, but the co-op one just puts you with whoever.
Well,
No. I've been with
mostly
at level 1 with guys maxed out. You know, because it doesn't matter. You're on the same team.
Yeah, I guess so. It kind of
shouldn't really hurt, and then it just puts the enemies at a standard level or whatever, I guess. Yeah. But whatever you asked for. But
either way, all they said was matchmaking. They never specified.
I mean, it would have to have some type of ranking in order to matchmake.
Yeah. I mean, that could be invisible. I mean, for all we know, I just never thought.
All right, Bob, get ready to join in on me.
I just never attached it to a ladder idea, which could vary, but it's not like it matters either way. It's just, it'd be interesting though, because it's kind of like
Bob, join in on me.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna wait for the buttons up here. Yeah. So The
Bob, join it on me. Just kidding.
just anarchy. Oh man. Oh, awesome. So it is Matiz and Ziggy. Did they have a game already?
No, I think Matiz is in a different tournament at the same time.
Oh, that explains
Perhaps.
that. It's awesome
And
then.
I was just finishing up his game.
Sweet then. We got the semifinals match. Matiz versus Ziggy come at you guys. A little bit of a delay there, but it's all good. It's all good. Apotheosis is the map. Going to this best of 3 series. It'll be a TVZ. Ziggy is the Terran. Matiz is the Zerg. Okay. Exciting times. Someday I'll tell the story about when I set myself on fire. It'll be fun. I have so many dumb stories like that over the years.
Anyways, Colton says should be unranked and take off of existing MMR and then start a new one from there. Anyways, let's get into game 1 here.
That sounds actually probably the most logical.
Yeah. Game number 1, Bob. We are jumping in.
Okay, to the north we have the blue Zerg player. It is Matiz. We're calling him Matiz anyway. Could be Matiz or something. But
Oh my God! What do we got here, Bob? What do you got?
dude,
It's happening!
it is gonna be 3-Rax Reaper from Ziggy in the south.
Yep.
That's
Zig Newton.
exactly the same thing he did in the previous series,
Figgy Fig Hootin'.
and to great success. But honestly, Matiz, man, we've seen him before quite a few times. He's good. Like he's
Oh, and look at
very good. He's a
look
GM.
at the track of this
legit.
Overlord.
He's a legit
no, it's
EU
actually gonna turn off.
GM. So
Yeah. Yogo is actually apparently pretty good.
oh, Yogo
after
is good too. He was Masters. I mean, he could very well be GM caliber too.
Yeah, I think he was. After the game, he said that he wins the majority of games against Ziggy, but Ziggy plays some unique styles in some cases. And he decided to go for that YOLO build, but probably shouldn't have. Which was the Roach build we saw in game 3 there.
Gotcha. YOLO build is what did him in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Matiz is scouting out for a hatch. Not hatch, proxy Rax. But he's on the wrong side, so he's not going to see anything there. And the Overlord does take a direct line to the right after that, so also not going to scout those Rax.
This is
gas
a
on the way.
great
There
Reaper
is
map
gas.
too, man. This is such a perfect Reaper map.
Oh yeah, I mean,
All that cliff space.
yeah. Let's just maybe we can even get a little bit of draw in here. This is the cliff space we're talking about, guys.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, you're drawing right now? It's like,
Yeah.
okay, got it.
And this is the Reaper. These are his wings, feet. I'm not sure if they have
Did you say
them.
wings?
There they are. Jetpacks. Who cares? They have wings of fire. If you
Wings
look
of
at them
fire. Yeah, they
closely.
do. They're indeed, like a demonic angel.
Yeah. In fact, you know what? They have wing-looking things, Bob.
Oh, it's like
So-
flapper things. That's what we call it. Wings. It's like directional things. I guess they're kind of wings. But.
They're inoperable. They don't help in any way.
Either way, the one Reaper's doing a little bit of damage here, killing some of these lings.
Yeah.
Just
So
being
the
a little
speed
bit
right here, by the way, the amount of completion on the speed was even better for Yogo
It's true.
before he canceled.
That is, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
sees all the Reapers. Queen way off creep. Feels bad. He's gonna die. He did not expect all these Reapers to be out. He had only seen the one at that point. So that's actually a pretty terrible loss.
Yeah, this is actually really, really bad. These workers are trying to get some sort of surround to chase away these Reapers, but more
Yeah,
Reapers
that
are
guy
on the
make it away.
way.
You might as well just attack over.
Well, that's it. GG's called. Oh, man. Can't stop the Reaper, man. It's,
Zig zig.
can't stop the Reaper, man. That's,
This
well
is
played by
Euthermal?
Ziggy.
Pretty sure this is Euthermal on here.
Ziggy's APM is insane, too.
Quite certain that we just saw Euthermal play there.
Well, who is Ziggy? That's the question. Who is this guy?
400 APM.
Yeah.
Either he's Euthermal or he's a Archon mode of Euthermal and Beastie.
That would explain a lot. No. Ziggy does lose his Reaper sometimes, though. Beastie Cutie would have none of that.
Joining on me.
All right.
Yeah, Beastie doesn't get the respect he deserves in the Reaper department, that's for sure.
Yep. I mean, he pretty much brought in the 3-Rax Reaper build in Legacy of the Void beta. I mean, that was his thing. I'll always attribute to him. I don't care what anybody else says. All right, guys. Game 2 of this best of 3 in the semifinals of Go4SC2 606, brought to you by ESL and, of course, Go4SC2. I'm Bobby Awesome. With me is Element, and we are in the game. Or at least I am.
I am also in the game.
Oh.
You can take it away, Mr. Bobin.
All right, to the south side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Matisse. And
Good stuff.
to the north side of the map, we have the yellow Terran player up one game. He loves them Reapers. It is Ziggy.
Zig zig.
All right, this is a massive map. They are cross spawns. Not going to be any sort of Reaper crazy shenanigans. Highly unlikely, it seems anyway. And so maybe Matisse can play his game this time around. But then again, you know, Ziggy's no slouch in the mid to later part of this game from what we've seen so far. So
Well, here's what I'm wondering, Bobin.
All right.
We saw the Reaper play, the exact same Reaper play we saw in the previous series of Yogo.
Yeah.
Will we see the Hellion play we saw on the other one? And the other time we saw this map open.
I believe.
Hellion Cyclone, I believe it was.
I believe
Hellion Cyclone follow up with mines.
it's going to happen.
Yeah, I believe so too. All right, got a Lyote being scouted out. Couple Lyotes. It's unfortunate for them. Their plans are now dashed.
Yeah.
Oh god, and there's the one in the north too, also scouted by the Overlord. So it's just going bad for the Lyote clan.
Yeah. Terrible build order, Lyotes.
Yeah.
Getting scouted so easily. Oh, man.
Oh, where is this? Where are you going, SCV? Where? Oh, I guess you're just scouting. You never know with Ziggy Zig Newton.
Ziggy Zig Newton.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, of course he's scouting. It's a 4-player map. You'll need to know exactly where the Zerg opponent is. Scouts to the south side first. You'll see him soon enough. Nothing crazy going on Matiz's side of the map. Matiz does have his natural. He did decide to take his spawning pool pretty fast and getting gas. On a large map like this, I can understand that happening. You want to get your speed as quick as possible. And, well, yeah, their speed should be researched. And wait, what happened? Where did his gas go? I'm looking at the wrong guy. Why isn't his speed being researched? So no speed is on the way then.
He has a roach horn, that's why.
Oh, there's the roach horn. Oh my gosh. Should have been looking at the whole base element. I'm just...
Yeah.
I'm just
You have that structures tab up, don't you?
I don't. I had production
Whoa.
tab, but I didn't look at
Hold
it.
on. Okay, now Ziggy sees it. So I was going to jump in there, see the roach horn again, just like against Yogo, and be like, hey, is this Yogo again?
Could
Am I
very
facing
well
another Yogo? Now, I believe these roaches are out because he's had enough with the Reaper play. He's just had enough. And that's quite a few, though. Pretty big investment.
be. Exactly, and this is something that's not really expected. To do roaches on a map this size, your opponent's on the cross side of the map. Roaches aren't exactly the fastest unit in the world. Even, I mean, there's no roach speed on the way because Lair isn't even being made for Matiz yet. So these are purely, I mean, as far as I see it, only effective defensively. And so do you think he's playing that safe? Like anticipating more proxy Reapers or some sort of proxy heavy aggression shenanigans from our Terran player? Like what other explanation could there be for him investing this much money into this amount of roaches plus a Ravager?
Well, I mean, he's still building the roaches.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. So why this much? Well, he's also droning up too. So why is he really scared of something that we don't... I don't know. It seems
I
like
have two thoughts about this. Either, like you said, he expected a Reaper all in again, or he actually did watch or knows about or looked into the build order of the last series and says, hey, that Hellion attack's going to come. Better get some roaches out.
Yeah, but now the question is, will Hellion attack even be on the cards here? As Ziggy did scout it with a Reaper, all those roaches already, and a Ravager.
Second factory, 2 factory, dear lord.
Yeah.
3 factory. Smack.
It
all the way.
It
but
is
it's not
indeed
that-
mech on the way for Ziggy.
Not going all in with the Hellion play. He's gonna get some tanks out. Even probably would be a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
This many roaches. Oh, he's gonna lose an Overlord. That guy's dead.
Actually, he's going to lose 2 Overlords. Another one's going to die too.
No. He won't lose that one.
Oh, no, maybe not. As there are some forces here to rescue
In
it.
fact, if anything, those Marines are putting themselves in danger.
Yeah. Either way, nice.
Oh no! He left the Overlord alive or alone.
So
Oh
close.
god! The Reaper in the north! The Reaper in the north, Bob! Oh! Nice.
Wow. He really wanted that Overlord too.
So these Cyclones can hunt down all these roaches and kill them all. There's no getting away.
Yeah, especially with no roach speed. There's no way they could deal with this. And hunting them down, pretty devastating actually for Matisse so far. He does decide to sacrifice a couple of roaches so the rest can live. His own third base about to finish, but third CC also about to finish for Ziggy. So I'm actually really liking the position of Ziggy so far. He cannot be cracked as far as current composition goes. He knows that, in fact. Decides to salvage his bunker, knowing he's in a perfect position here. Going to land his third base, send out his army to defend against any possible poking that the Zerg can do. Now, as far as what Matisse can do, we already can see that he has, losing as many roaches as he did, there's nothing he can do. He can't move across this map, but slow roaches, he'll just get picked apart by further Cyclone counters. And yeah, so
here's what we can
Zerg
say,
has
Bob.
to stay on his side.
Here's what we can say.
What can we say, Element?
Things. No, I think when he had the roaches out there, he was able to actually just safely, at least in his mind, safely make drones after that. What was it, 7 roaches? One of them turned into a Ravager. So at least his drone count's not terrible. Thing is, what's he going to do against this?
Yeah, this is a pretty scary force, too. And considering as the roaches could get picked apart across the side of the map, Ziggy just decided, well, I can pick apart your roaches on your side of the map. And that's exactly what he's going to try to do here, picking apart these roaches and no more Ravagers in tow to help zone out these Cyclones either. These Queens are in the fray trying to poke apart some of these Hellions too, but the health is just so high and pretty good control too coming out of Ziggy. Look at this excellent micro pulling back just in the nick of time, using the lock-on ability on these roaches, getting their health even lower. Some Queens going down, another Queen about to fall. It's going to die in a second. Wow, this is pretty devastating so far on Matiz's side of things. As Matiz did, again, he invested so much in those roaches. Either he was really scared about something happening, even then it was just so much, and then a Ravager on top of that in the early stage of the game that set him behind. I mean, economically, I mean, they're almost on equal footing, all things considered, but you have to consider the mules too, and that's a pretty bad position for Zerg to be in.
Yeah, Blue Flame is coming in. I guess it could be for Hellbats too. Roach speed on the way. No upgrades for either side otherwise, though. And the Ling speed's actually not even there, so unless he plans to use this for Banelings, I'm not sure what these Lings are going to do. Maybe he just thought he had speed and he could capture these units.
Yeah, well, there's no Baneling Nest either, so I don't see that on the cards anytime soon. And so these Lings are largely dead weight right now. Oh, at least he has Burrow, able to extend the survivability of his roaches for that much more. But Scan goes down, we'll pick apart the rest of his army. And this could very well be game element, as his numbers are out of control.
He can just move here. He doesn't even have to control it.
No, he does not, but he's doing it anyway just because he can. He's such a boss. And Ziggy is evaporating whatever's left of Matiz's army. Matiz is crumbling on the pressure. The third base is under heavy assault. Some roaches pop up, but not long for this world element, as these Lings are trying to get some sort of surround, but slow Lings, they are pitiful at the very best of times. And look at this, just nice control, survivability, extending the survivability of his own army, but that said, GG's called, but was it even? I don't even know. And either way, end of the game, Ziggy takes game of 1 in this best of 3. Yeah, unfortunate. It's just, he played a little bit too paranoid.
That was game 2, Bob.
Oh, yeah, it was game 2. That's right. That's right. He 2-0'd him. I don't know why I was saying that, but yeah, because the first was a 3-Rex Reaper. So yeah, he takes the series and moves on to the finals. Ziggy with his 400 APM making his way. That's insane, man.
Yeah.
Well played. And also big shout out to Matiz for participating in today's event. I definitely hope to see more of him in the future. I love it when these players trying their hand in these events. You know, it doesn't always work out, but hey, it's part of that challenge, that motivation, help them improve. They also get showcased on streams like this too. It's good for them, good for everybody else. We get to know their names, even if we say them incorrectly. And so yeah, Ziggy moves on to the finals.
Yeah, I think that might actually be it for us, since they're still in game number 1 over there. I think.
Yeah, they well, because according to the bracket, Zoc and Lilkinen hasn't finished yet. I mean, I don't know what's going on with that side of the bracket.
In fact, I think what we should do at this point, host the other stream.
Yeah.
Call it a day for us, because it doesn't make sense to have 2 streams in on the rest of it.
Yeah.
And they've been waiting for that game for probably a good hour by now.
It seems so, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So
that's what we'll do.
Yeah, we just do this event anyway, pretty much just because we can. Not for any priority reasons, I suppose, but it's all good times. Guys, thanks for tuning in, watching us here. Guys, don't forget to follow the series at Gauntlet SC2 on Twitter. Of course, if you guys do enjoy what we do, consider hitting that follow button or even the sub or donation button down below. Go support us in the stream. Honestly means a lot to us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And for those who have been participating in chat, honestly a blast to read what you guys are talking about. So that may be all for us today. All right, Element, any last words?
Yeah, we'll be back on Tuesday with the Go4SC2 finals.
Oh, yeah.
And then Thursday following that up as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And might be a couple more things in there in the mix as well, depending on if we figure it all out. But
yeah, dates and times and such.
Yeah. Otherwise, that'll be the plan for now. So that's it.
All right, cool, guys. Until next time.